Well, I know we're talking about Killer.
Yeah.
Cool. This don't work without number 40.
Yeah.
So this is how much money we need. And it was no hesitation. Chris Brown was like, done. Whatever we need, because this doesn't work without 40.
Welcome back to the OGs. This is a Playmaker original presented by DraftKings. And oh my. We got ourselves a doozy today.
I mean, we came prepared. I mean, you got the earring in your ear. I got this tight ass jersey on while I'm sitting there. I can't move with cough or fog.
That joint look painted on.
That's your rookie year. That's your rookie year.
Listen, back in the day when I first got on him about dressing in the fitted, this is what. But the times changed so much. Now they wear 3 times too big.
Can I get an apology?
I just caught up with the fitted.
Can I get an apology on the OG podcast for all the?
I've always given you credit for being a trendsetter with your fashion, my brother. You had way more courage than I was ready to have at that time. That's all.
I was ready to have.
Express yourself, coach. That's all. Now, he does get a small jersey on. There's no doubt about it right now.
Killer, all you wear is hoodies and sweatpants.
You ain't lying. It's changed.
Been wearing that.
You spice it up with the earring for our boy today, though, for sure.
Hey, man, before we get going here, though, we got to give him some flowers, bro. D, probably to me, most underrated player that's ever played. And that says a lot because you're a Hall of Famer. Mm-hmm. But one thing you might not have, you got a Finals MVP.
Yeah.
Look what the OGs got.
What y'all got there?
Got Olympic gold medal.
Passing 100,000 subscribers.
Yes,
Okay.
Thanks all fans.
Just trying to make a little money.
I can't turn on my phone without seeing the OG podcast everywhere, man. Y'all everywhere.
No, but for real, man, appreciate you coming in here. This is going to be fun because we get to talk about and relive a lot of our that we did.
Yeah, man.
Lived.
Just off the top of my head, 3-time champion.
Yep.
Hall of Famer.
Uh-huh.
Leading scorer for the Heat.
Of all time, yeah.
Olympic gold medalist.
Yep. NBA scoring champ.
NBA scoring champion 2009.
Appreciate them pick and rolls, my boy.
That's all right.
Well, I couldn't do it without you.
NBA scoring champ. You know what I'm saying?
Couldn't do it without you.
Leader in guards, block shots for what? Guards under 6 foot, 5'11". What's the number again?
Damn, 5'11". That's crazy.
You can tell us your real height now, dog.
I'm about
Tell the people how tall you really is.
I'm 6'3" and
boy, you lying.
I'm 6'3"
and guess what? I was 6'8" too. The only one of us that's sitting up here that was really their height, ladies and gentlemen, is Mike.
I am 6'3" and 3/4. Mike Killer, how tall you think I'm, Killer?
He's 6'3".
Yeah,
damn lie.
6'3", bro.
That man is 6'2" and a half.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
He got long ass arms.
Bro.
And I'm 6'6" and a half. And I rebounded.
6'2".
And
I'm
you
not
6'8". And all you did was shoot. You should have gave me your. I had 2 more inches.
Problem is, a white guy 6'6", just shoot might not last as long, coach.
No.
That'd be a little taller.
You possibly Killer. I don't know. I take a white guy that can shoot on my team 7 days a week and twice on Sunday.
That.
For the show.
Well, we got to talk about a lot of this stuff because you guys came in the league together. Different routes. We were both 5th pick in the draft. Congratulations.
What's up, bro? Hey, man,
what pick were you, dog?
You see what I'm saying?
Dang.
That's why we go. That's I be talking about.
Hey,
I didn't get drafted.
Hey.
But listen.
How many years you play?
20 years.
Huh?
20 years.
Say that.
No matter what you did to get there.
And I got a lot of homeboys that got drafted. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but for real, give me something because y'all come in together. That's like.
The man had 35 cavities. But you're going to ask me to tell your story? The first time we met, we spent the whole day in the dentist.
Yeah, that's when we bonded.
That's when I sat in the waiting room for this like he was my wife having a baby. That's how long I was waiting on this at the dentist office.
Listen, I come from the hood, man.
Yeah, that's right.
We ain't had no dental. So when I got a chance to get some insurance, I was like, so y'all gonna
I'm just going to get all this fixed today.
Y'all gonna do this today?
I'm going to get everything fixed today.
Right now?
So I said, goddamn, boy, what you been eating?
I got about 4 root canals.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I went through it all.
I love all dentists, but that's the worst place in America to go, by the way.
The D-Wade y'all see now? That ain't the D-Wade I bet.
Nah, bro. My grill was jacked.
The man was eating chicken and spaghetti. I said, what the?
Wait, first of all, what do you mean?
What you
They
mean?
still eating chicken
That
and spaghetti
don't go
in Chicago.
together. That don't go together.
No. Fish and grits would shrimp and
Fish
grits
and
blew
grits
me.
do go together.
I didn't eat that growing up. Grits was for breakfast,
Them
like
motherfuckers
toast
from Chicago.
and eggs and sausages. Jimmy Dean's at that. Like what?
Jimmy Dean's.
Fire, by the way.
Fire.
by the
Coldest sausages ever, by the way.
But, I mean, we spent the whole summer together, bro. The whole summer. Obviously going through the training and just hanging out, man. Like he was real quiet. And, like I wasn't quiet. I was like, let's go. Let's hang out. We was by, what was it, Coral Gables?
Yeah, we was in the mutiny. You talking about the beginning? We was in the mutiny together.
We was in the mutiny. And that's when they used to have the comedy show right across the street. So we used to go to the comedy show and hang out. And I used to know everybody at the comedy show from the hood. Hey, that's my dog D-Wade. We out here chilling. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't go nowhere. I didn't know nobody. Only person I knew was UD, and he was from here, so I would go with him. But I always tell people my first time getting a chance to like get reintroduced to this man over here was in practice because I was fifth pick like you, so I was able to show up.
Damn.
I was able to show up a little late, like a day or two.
Now that we got that out the way,
So they let me show up like a day or two late. So they already in the training camp getting ready for summer league that was in Orlando at that time. And so I come in, I'm on the sideline, I'm watching the practice and stuff, and I see this one guy that I don't know. You know what I mean? He got braids, and I just see him flying. I see the braids in the back just flying up. But he's just doing the things that I'm from Chicago. I'm from the crib, and so the way we play the game, we just give it our all. We don't think about, like people told me my whole career, you keep falling, you ain't gonna be able to play long. We think about that later. Yeah. Right now we got to get to it. So I was watching this dude just get at it. Yeah. And then I was like, man, who is that? And he was like, that's Udonis Haslem. And the last time I seen UD, he looked a little different.
You think?
Yeah. he went off because I remember him not getting drafted, and then I didn't hear anything.
Coach, I dropped him off at the airport. I picked him up. I passed him like 3 times. They're like, you said, you gonna pick me up? I said, I'm at the airport. He goes, I'm staying out with my bags. I said, there ain't no fat motherfucker sitting out there.
Hey, my man was like, Fat Albert, what are you?
Hold on, I gotta tell you a funny ass story.
Hey, listen, now y'all know my rule.
I know.
I got 3 jokes.
That's one.
Y'all got one. Each y'all got
one.
We got one. Got one.
All right, so we still got some action.
Yep.
So we're on the 300, whatever that 30 and 30 at Florida.
Oh yeah, the suicide.
30 suicides in
30 seconds.
30
10 and 10.
Wait,
yeah.
10
so
suicides in 10 minutes.
Yes.
You run 30 seconds, you got 30 seconds rest, and you start again. So you run a suicide.
We're doing it. And he on like 16. And at Florida, the old place, and it's not this new place that he built. It's the old place. It had a cage around it. This go grabs that cage. And I'm like, Killer, come on, man. You only got 4 more. He looked at me, D. I swear to God, I was like, oh, he had to hold that cage. I said, it's over for him. He said, I ain't moving. I said, damn.
Man, I had done gave it my all. That's it. I ain't
had nothing else.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you everything I got.
Right.
Now once we get to that point, that's it. Yeah, I ain't got it. Now, the only thing out there is it's gonna be a misunderstanding.
One thing we can both say is we'll go to war that all day. Man, that's both of you guys. That was unbelievable.
Listen, every day.
I almost had to go to war with him when I first met him. You tell him about OJ?
What happened? Oh man!
God rest his soul, man.
Oh man, not OJ.
Man, almost.
Yeah, God rest his soul, man.
God bless OJ, man.
I gotta hear this. I gotta hear this.
OJ girl tried to hit on this man.
No. I don't remember that part.
Man, listen here, man. We living in the mutiny, man. Now, this is around the time like
I don't remember that part.
He got off, but we already know he did. Now, we assume, but. So she talking to him in the lobby. He just being nice and friendly, but he quiet.
Yeah. I mean, you're a nice guy. There's nothing wrong with that.
The day before, I done seen her on the elevator with the juice. That's the juice woman. Oof. He being a little too friendly. Now, the conversation that went on about 7 minutes. Now, I should have stopped that too. So now when she walked away.
Lots to talk about.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell they were talking about. When she walked away, I say, listen, man, that's the juice old lady. He said, the juice? I say, yeah, man, OJ. I say, the killer. I say, nah. Bro. I say, nah, my boy. Man, I say, nah, my boy.
Man, listen.
No, I say, listen, I ain't gonna tell you.
This is what he said, though.
I say, listen, I ain't gonna tell you what to do or what not to do. I I'm saying, just understand that we gonna have to ride on this. Beat that out. We gonna have to ride on the juice because he clearly thinks he can do what he want to do about his women. This is what I'm gonna tell you. So now
that happened.
The next day come around, she come down. Me and D-Wade see her, he go the other way. That's my dog. We ain't with that. But the juice lady was trying to holler at D-Wade in the Mutiny Hotel. We don't know how that would have ended up.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then we seen the juice coming, in drunk one night.
Yes, we did. Dog, let me tell you, first of all, before the night came when we saw the juice coming in drunk, so the next day, I'm about to get on the elevator. So this is after the night where UD told me, like, that's the juice woman, not too much conversation. Yeah. So the next day, I'm about to get on the elevator, and the elevator opened. Boop. It's one person on the elevator. It's the juice.
Oh, so now
I forgot something in my room fast. I ain't get on the elevator. I went back to my room. I was, God damn. I left my keys.
Listen.
I did not get on the elevator.
I mean, the stories that we have, we could go on and on, but this is how our friendship became to what it was. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just random ass like that. Sitting in the dentist for 5 hours waiting on them. Goddamn OJ Juice trying to holler at him, and we sitting down there, and I'm like, yeah, we don't want them problems.
Going to local bars, watching the Hurricane games, and like we did all that little stuff. Like he took me out to like go and like be with the fans in Miami. You know, I ain't know nothing. I came from Marquette. We have a football team. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't have that college experience. Mm-hmm. So we were kind of like living that a little bit. We were in the league, but we weren't in the league yet. Yeah. And we kind of had a chance. So I had like a big brother to kind of go through Miami with and kind of like get that experience, man, off the court. So that's what we
all the dogs. My dog Drac, that's who first told me about him. You know Drac. Drac live with you too. Drac live with me and Mike, and we all live together. Appreciate you, Drac, my dog. Shout out Duke. Drac live with everybody. Drac live with everybody.
Drac did live with
Drac live with everybody. So
Drac live with everybody but himself.
By himself.
I know the players and coaches can't hear me as I yell to them through my TV from my couch, but I cannot stop. I might be far from the court, but I'm never far from the action. When I'm with my partners, DraftKings Sportsbook, with options to bet on your favorite team, player props, and more, there's something for everyone. And right now, all new customers who bet just $5 will get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Now that's something to celebrate this season. Just download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and sign up using my promo code OGs. The crown is yours. That's right, new customers can bet just $5 on anything and receive $200 in bonus bets instantly. Stay in the action and use your $200 in bonus bets on DraftKings same-game parlays for a shot at even bigger payouts. Combine multiple bets together for the same game. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have the shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use my promo code OGs and bet just $5 on any wager and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code OGs only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
Yo, what time is it? Game time.
Football is in full swing and the NBA is starting back up, and there's no better place to get tickets than Game Time. They make getting tickets fast and easy. Let's hit up this Heat game soon.
My people, Game Time has a new feature, Game Time Picks. That makes getting tickets to all your favorite live events and games, it's gonna be even easier for you.
Game Time picks filters out of the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets.
Man, I'm just sitting here looking through the Game Time app, browsing seats on Game Time Picks. Some crazy deals on Heat tickets right now, people. Great deals out there.
Save time with Game Time Picks as it selects the deals for you without having to waste any time digging around.
What I personally like about the Game Time app, aside from the new picks features, is the all-in pricing. Toggling this feature shows the total up front, with no surprise fees at checkout. Also the seat views. You get a panoramic view from the seat in the app before you spend your money and buy it.
Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Just download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code OGs for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply.
Again, create you an account and redeem your code OGs for $20 off. So go download Game Time today, and don't forget what time OG said it was. It's still game time, baby. Fellas, it's your OG coming to you with a roll call. You know who I'm talking to. We keeping it real up in here today. We got birthdays, holidays, Christmas. Some of us ain't been performing. Some of us can't perform. You trying to show up and show out? You trying to put that thing on her? Knock her socks off? Clap them cheeks? Roast bars can help you. Dissolvables? Y'all know they hit the bloodstream faster than them old school pills. Why does that matter? Because when the mood is right and you trying to get ready, no more waiting around for them pills to kick in. It's showtime, boy. Plus, Roast Sparks stay active in your system for 36 hours. know you ain't gonna stay hard the whole time, but when you're ready to spin the block, you know what time it is. Row connects guys with a medical provider 100% online, so you don't have to waste your time in waiting rooms. If approved, treatment shipped directly to your dough player. To get $15 off your first order and find out if prescription Row Sparks is right for you, connect with a provider at ro.co/OGs. That's ro.co/OGs for $15 off your first order. But yeah, so I mean, as we continue to grow in the sports, you know what I'm saying, I was the big brother kind of to him off the court, but I think he became like the big brother to me on the basketball court. You know what I'm saying, as far as like just understanding, you know, what I was really capable of. You know, for me, I just always needed somebody to believe in me. I always believed in myself. Never really had nobody believe in me. Had him believe in me, had Shaq believe in me. When you have guys like that believe in you and put that kind of accountability on you.
Sure.
And this is what I tell people nowadays when the superstars say that they can't do this or they need that. Your job is to raise the level of the people around you. If you can get 15 guys that aren't as good as you, but they think they're as good as you, or they think they are capable of doing what Dwyane, or they think they deserve what Dwyane Wade deserves. Now, don't be a fool in your mind now. There's levels to this, but you still got to understand, if you can get those guys to believe that around you, then as a leader, that's what you're supposed to do, and that's your job.
Get someone to buy in.
Exactly.
Like me and Spo always talked about this, and we all know this is, and you know when coaches say something, we going through the journey, sometimes you don't want to hear it. It sounds so cliche. But I mean, it's true, man. It's just when you plan for something and you're part of something that is so much bigger than you. And Spo always talked about, he's like, this moment that we're in, this is so much bigger than us. But we there. We don't see now. And now we look back, we like, yeah, that motherfucker's right. It was so much more bigger than us. So I did understand that throughout my career, though. I did understand that whatever I was doing, I was so blessed to be able to do it, but I knew it was way bigger than me. So when I see somebody, I see a teammate, somebody who can help me and I can help them, I'm clinging to them because that's what we're here for, to help each other, because we're all trying to accomplish something. And so this guy right here, easiest guy to believe in, as you know. Easiest guy to put your money on, easiest guy to bet on, because he's an everyday person. And that's who you look for in life, everyday people.
Like you just talked about it. He's the guy that said, hey, we got to go handle something. He said, your car or mine?
Yeah, no, listen, he talked about it when I got my car stolen. Somebody came and got my stuff from the crib. I didn't know what to do.
You had to handle that one, didn't you?
That was the first one.
I had to get it back.
You had to go get it back. It was that blue Escalade.
Yeah, the blue Escalade with the Cadillac, with the truck back.
My blue wheels, 26-inch wheels. I was rolling through Miami, man, and they got me. They got me in Doral in my crib, though. Like I came out to go to practice. I was like, I must have parked down the street. I guess, man, I called, first person I called before I called the police, anybody, I called UD. I said, hey, man, they got me. I got my jewelry in there and everything. I had my chains in there. I'm young and dumb. Man, UD got that back for me. I kept the chains. I got rid of the truck.
He ain't want the truck.
I didn't want the truck. I felt violated. I felt violated. They done been in here. They done been, I don't know what they've been doing in this car.
No doubt.
Give me something else.
Shout out Big T, my dogs in Winwood. You know what it is. It's always a phone call away, killer.
Yeah, that's right.
It's always a phone call away.
Talk to me about the 2003 draft class. Synonymous with everything.
Yeah.
One of the best, probably the best. Is it the best draft class ever?
Yes.
I don't know, man.
Yes.
That's cement. Like,
yeah, you ain't got to say it. I said yes.
No, for real.
Yes.
It's one of the
Darko.
best. No, it's don't do
what?
Yo,
Darko whip my ass right now. Leave you alone.
Look.
Let me leave you alone.
Darko kickboxer.
You whooping ass and taking names. I ain't with you right now.
Darko for too long. Darko, I ain't never said nothing about you. That's all I gotta say.
Darko, you were talented.
Darko was very talented.
He was very talented.
We saw it in Minnesota for that quick. Like when he went to Minnesota and played, that's when we got a chance to see how talented he was. He couldn't consistently do it, but he was very talented. But to say that, it's so many amazing 84, 96, 03, some since 03, that, you know, you can say, look at that draft class, look how it stacks. So when you got LeBron James in your draft class, when you got Kobe Bryant in your draft class, Allen Iverson, Michael Jordan, when you got these GOATs,
you're in the conversation.
You're in the conversation. Yeah. So we are in the conversation to be one of the top, draft class. And when you look at it, you even go down to the David West of the draft class. You go down to, who's our guy in Dallas? Howard.
Josh Howard.
Josh Howard was nice.
Josh Howard was
nice.
in our class.
Josh.
Yeah.
So when you start going deep and you start seeing Nick Collisons of the world and you know how deep it was in that standpoint, in that sense, you started putting 2003 like, okay, they did something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a nice class.
The top was stacked though.
Buddy. Let me. Now, I don't want to jump around, but you talked about Coach Spo earlier, and then you talked about this draft class. How did you all put this big three thing together? Seriously.
Yeah.
Like I played on a team, I still don't know the answer. So the people at home really need to hear the answer.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sure everyone has their own version. First of all.
All right, well, tell us
no
the
better
real version
than yours.
Yeah, and I'm sure everyone has
The only
their own
version I know is the version that my ass was almost out of here.
You weren't gonna let that happen, were you?
Man, my man was gone already. I had to. You know how you can't hear somebody going so far away. It was like you deep. No, my man he was like, I'm out of here. Yeah. But no, I wasn't gonna let that happen. If I could do anything about it, it wasn't gonna feel right. But you know how it happened, man? Conversations. It happened. LeBron, give credit to LeBron. He was at a period in his career where he started seeing, he wanted to see something different for himself. And so because of that, you know, this guy coming off, we all was in 7 years of our career at that time. So we all have done some amazing individual things. I think he had 2 MVPs at the time. Mm-hmm. I already had my finals and my MVP. I'm straight. I'm sitting back like one day the HOF called. Hey! But it was a time where we had already won. We had already experienced what that was. And then we went through losing. We went through rebuilding. And I was tired of that. I was actually leaving Miami at that time.
Really?
I didn't think that nobody out there that we could get was going to help us get to that level. Not that they weren't good players. Yeah. I just didn't think it was enough. So we had conversations.
There's levels of
like this is free agency. No doubt. We are free to go and experience like what we want. And at that time, I wanted to be a part of a team that could win. And for me, my hometown team can win. So I was like, man, I'm going back home. I'm going to Chicago. I'm going to go. I played 7 years here. I won a championship. It's time to go to the next. And for me, that was my mentality going to free agency outside of Miami. Now, of course, Miami was still in there for me. But I got that call, man. I got that call from number 6.
Crazy thing is, I was a part of that free agency class. Probably got a few different phone calls than you got during that time as being a free agent.
Oh, you was a part of that free agency class? Damn, my bad, Mike.
But he was out there dangling.
What I'm saying though is like I remember watching it because when you're a part of that free agency, you're watching what's happening.
You watching the dominoes.
I have great self-awareness.
Yes.
Yeah. I know until certain names are coming off this board, my phone is gonna be, you know what I mean? So
it's gonna be quiet.
So I heard the Chicago thing, and the funny thing is I heard the Chicago thing with you and LeBron.
Yeah, it was a lot of scenarios. It was a lot of different scenarios.
Hold on. I want to hear this. How close were we to being in Chicago or somewhere else?
It was a part of the conversation because I think what people don't remember is when we went into that summer, every team did what they needed to do to get 2 star players.
Yeah. And that's when all you guys were taking all those trips and everybody was going to visit like these different teams.
Yeah, these different
New York
teams. The Brooklyn Nets now, the New York Knicks, the Chicago Bulls, the Clippers, like all these teams that everybody had, that Chris had, that I had, that Amari had, that Brian had, they all had a chance to get 2 star players. Yes. So Chicago looking like, hey, all right, now I don't know the truth of the conversation, what I'm not privy to. Mm-hmm. But in my mind, I was like, if I'm going to go to Chicago, it can't be me and Brian. I got to beat Brian there. They're going to take him before they take me. Yeah. But it could be me and Chris, or it could be me and a Boozer, or whatever it is, right? It couldn't, because I never thought about playing with LeBron. Yeah. I didn't think that was possible, first of all.
I was shocked when it happened.
You and me both.
Shocked.
And plus, it's my favorite person besides Kobe, like to compete against. I'm not thinking about playing with him. I'm I love our matchups. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then I got a call. Wow. And the call was, Brian was on the call, I was on the call, our agents was on the call, and it was explained to us on that call that the Miami Heat quietly did enough so they can get 3 star players. Wow. And that's when the game changed.
Pat Riley, I'm telling you. Him and Andy.
And Pat.
Oh my God.
And it was quiet. It was no ESPN, no reports, no breaking
Everybody
news.
Else was talking about it.
Everybody was talking about that. The Heat was quiet. And so I was thinking 2 players go to a team. When they hit us with that, I was like, so you get that little quietness on the phone with Brian. I'm like, oh, okay. So what you want to do? And so we went from there to like, let's get in person. Let's have a conversation. We had already knew the other player, if it was 3 who we would like to play with. His name was Christopher Bosh. Chris was represented by the same agent, Henry Thomas, at the time. And so we just kind of like let Chris know, like, hey, we having this meeting, talk about some stuff. Let's talk about it. And so we had a secret meeting, secret location. It may come out in one of the documentaries somebody did. We'll talk about all that. But it was some real fire.
It was in Miami?
Nah, it was secret location.
Yeah, I was going to say. It couldn't
You
have been
saved
It was
down here.
cold how we did. I mean, you know what? I got a production company. I may just do a movie on just like 24 hours of the Big Three. And now if I do it and show y'all how we all met up, it was fire.
Killer, it shocked the shit out of me because like I said, I was in that same free agency
That's
class.
dope. That's dope.
And I'm sitting there and you know, I'm on the outside looking in, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, D-Wade and CB going to Miami. I'm like, woo, that's gonna be. So I'm actually about to sign with the Lakers.
Really?
I was about to sign with the Lakers. It was Phil and Kobe were calling like blah blah blah, this, that, and the third.
Okay.
And I get a call from Bron's camp and said, "What you about to do?" And I said, "What you mean?" So I was like, "You're going back to Cleveland, clearly."
Right, clearly.
And I'm
right.
like, man. So the GM of Cleveland starts calling all the time. And he goes, no, just be patient. 2 days, you'll find out. I said, oh. And he drops out like, me and UD probably the same way. There ain't gonna be no bread over there. What's going on there?
Because I'm sitting there, once I seen that, and then I think you signed before me.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm out this bitch.
No, we had
Ain't no way.
We had a phone call because I told him when we called about you. I was like, hey man, you know, we gotta get this number. I was like, okay, cool. He goes, but now UD's gonna be. I was like, hey, no, that's his first. I had to call. I said, that's his first. That's his hometown. And then they came up and they figured it out. I think you guys take less money.
But they needed spacing, which was a big deal. Because
No, it was. I mean, that was
you were
LeBron's
priority.
Yes. He just said it. You just said it. LeBron's first call.
Yeah, you was a priority.
Was Mike Miller.
Yeah.
Because we needed shooting.
Yeah,
Right.
we needed shooting.
We got me and Bron together. That is no shooting. We can make shots. It's no shooting. Chris wasn't a shooter at the time.
Yeah.
Neither. He was a mid-range.
Yes.
Wild, by the way.
Right.
Which
Wild, by the
switched
way.
like that.
Like that.
That's
Wild, by the way. He was left elbow, right elbow jump shots in front of.
Man, I mean, he had the fundamental. Like, obviously, he had gained winners and stuff, but we didn't know he was going to take it to the place. But you were the first call. And so this is all happening. On my side, this is all happening in real time. So we already knew that we were going to, so I think we signed on July 7th, and let's say LeBron was July 8th. Yeah. We already knew these things once. Well, we hoped that LeBron was going to do his thing. Like he said he was, then he went silent. So I didn't,
he went quiet?
He went quiet for about 3 days. From July 4th, I ain't hear from Bron from July 4th when we all agreed that we were going to do it on July 4th. I remember where I was at. I was in South Carolina with my wife. She was shooting a movie. I went and hid under some, like the little beach thing. I don't know why I was hiding. I went and hid under there to take the call. And that's when we decided on July 4th. But I didn't hear from Bron no more until after his decision. So I didn't know. I was like, I hope, because it started heating up, and I'm like, man, this is tough. It's gonna be tough for him to make that move. Like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, this is crazy,
man.
And so obviously he ended up doing it. But a lot of conversations, man, and the conversation that we had as a group was more so Bron leading it, talking about what he was looking for, what he was looking to do for his career, what he wanted to do from the standpoint of what kind of coaches he wanted to be a part of, what kind of organization he wanted to build, like all the things that he needed, that he's continued to take and go off in the rest of his life and do. He knew he needed that. And Miami was the place. It was, once the conversation started about us three, it was just Miami. And so we just had a lot of conversations, man. I remember one we had about the head coach. And Spo had just became the head coach like a year or two before that, so no one knew Spo. And I remember Bron asking me in the meeting about like Rouse.
Yeah.
I was like, hell no. Hell no. Immediately. I was like, nah, you don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want that. I mean, we won a championship with him, and I see you see that. We like Spo.
The man read us ride the exercise bike for an hour before the game one day.
No, we can't do that.
Exercise bike for an hour before the game. On game day.
Yeah, bro. We all love Rouse.
Well, shout out to Rouse and Andy, and you guys for pulling that off, because it changed my life, Killer. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh, no, listen, let me tell you something. Once again, two things can be true. Obviously, I was happy for the Miami Heat and the organization, but on my end, I thought I was out this. So now I'm heading down to the arena. Thank you, but no thank you. The minimum.
You're going
once
Dallas
again, that
sometime.
ain't gonna work for me. Like, I'm 28, 29.
Yeah.
I got to start cashing in right now. You know what I'm saying? Who knows how it goes? Headed down to the arena once again. Shout out Henry Thomas, our agent, man. God bless the dead. The great Henry Thomas calls me as I'm exiting off the expressway. Yeah, I'm headed in to say bye. You know, thank everybody for everything. Just chill when you get there for a second. Don't go inside. You might have something. Okay, I sit in the car. Cool. I wait in the car for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I don't know what he got brewing over there. I know they working on something, you know what I'm saying? But I wait. Now, he called me back like 20 minutes later. All right, go in. You can go in and talk to Rouse. I think we got something worked out. So when I get in there, you know, they tell me they got, think it was 5 years. I think it was about 30. 5 years, 27, something
you
like
had
that.
40. It was someone was offering you 40, right?
Dallas.
Yeah,
Dallas
Dallas was
offering
offering me 40.
Dallas
was offering me 40, and no state tax, just like Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So the money would have been cool, but nah, not the opportunity to play. Once again, that's my brother here. Then we got you, who was my brother in college. Then I got an opportunity to play with one of the greatest, if not the greatest, to play the game. And then Chris Bosh.
Yeah.
This is what you play for.
Yeah, but
This is why you play. You know what I'm saying? And this is what has me up for the rest of my life. Because that man who we just talked about, Pat Riley, told us that there's winning and there's misery. Ain't no in between. And the rest of my life has been since he said that. Yeah, the rest of my life has been since he said, because I can't do the in between. And if I'm losing, I'm miserable. This is what these don't understand.
Rouse need therapy.
Yeah.
Rouse need therapy to find that in between.
Yeah. Listen.
You have to find it in between.
Yo, listen, that's how I live my life, and that's how we have lived our life.
Yeah.
It's like like he said, he wanted to know who he could win with. That's why he was about to leave. It had nothing to do with the Heat.
No,
it had nothing to do with nothing. Who the can I win with? Where can I go and win a championship?
Yeah, we weren't doing it in those 2 years before Brian got here killer. I was like, nah, this ain't it.
Now we getting our asses whooped.
But let me give you the other side of that call right there with UD. So I get a call from Hank. This is all happening at the same time. I get a call from Hank. Miami K match, you know, what UD wants, he's out. I'm like, what you mean he out? He's like, he out. He right now headed to the arena. I'm like, what? So I hop on the phone. With Brian and CB. We get on the phone and I say, hey, fellas, all right, we got I know we talking about Killer.
Yeah.
Cool. This don't work without number 40.
Yeah.
So this is how much money we need. I get this. Brian, and it was no hesitation. Chris, Brian was like, done. Whatever we need, because this doesn't work without 40. If UD ain't here, I told him, I said, if UD ain't here, this don't feel right for me. Because I know what we're about to do.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go see my brother in Dallas and we're about to go do this. And my brother
bust his ass.
Yeah, I don't want to get him on one of them ISOs and bust his ass. So
there'll be some bad decisions made out there. It's a bad decision.
Hey, man,
we want to get him on one of them ISOs.
Don't take it personal. Just take it with you.
Get this step back. You got to be good on that one. Get these other 20 step back.
Here we go. Listen, I would have definitely flagrant filed your
ass.
You would have definitely flagrant filed
So it wouldn't work. It just, and they knew it. I knew it. Everyone knew it. It just didn't feel right. But obviously, money is money. Everybody, you know, the Heat only had what they had because they had 3 guys who took up most of the money. But at that point, bro, it was bigger than basketball. It was more so like understanding what we was about to embark on and understand who helped build this. And I ain't talking about like the Zoes and the Tim Hardaways and them who did it before us. Yeah. But in our era, we did it.
Yeah.
And so what we're about to go down, there's no way that this works without my brother coming back. And so to their credit, they both gave back the money that we can get to even get him close enough to where he feel comfortable to stay, because he still has a family to feed.
No doubt.
And that 40 looked good over there. He already had a ring. He could have been like, nah, I'll see y'all in the summer.
Well, I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah, I'm glad it worked out.
Man, at the end of the day, bro, I had to get them their money's worth. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got a family to feed too. So Chris, him, you, that's different. But Chris and Brian, they didn't know me from a can of paint.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They just see the motherfucker who spit fire and talk on the basketball court. They don't know me as a person. So to give up money, I had to give them their money's worth, man. And I was just, what's understood ain't had to be explained.
But they understood that they, listen, I love Brian, I love Chris, I even love myself. We ain't the first one jumping in that battle, that fight. We also understood what we needed.
Yeah.
We need UD.
Hey, Coach, when you saw the juice in the elevator.
Hey, listen, I don't know what y'all think. And we come to Miami. You about to be wearing all that jewelry, driving these cars. We need UD. I don't know.
Hey,
none of this works without UD. I don't know if y'all know that.
Hey, one thing about it, 2 things for sure, man. I always took it personal when it came to taking care of those boys, when it came on the basketball court. I felt like that was part of my job. I didn't give a about taking a foul or a fine. We need these healthy. We need these to play. I never understood how, when he got mad, he played better. Some Bruce Lee Zen, be water, whatever that is Bruce Lee say.
Be water.
When I get mad, it's all hell break loose, bro.
All hell break loose.
I can't focus. I can't concentrate.
It's going to be days.
Yeah,
you really can't.
This is when he get mad, bust his lip, he go score 50. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So just make sure I don't.
My daddy used to do that to me when I was a kid.
Oh, that's what you get from.
He's a beat our ass in that backyard, dog. I used to just get mad. And
so now we know where it come from.
And my dad used to beat our ass, man. Like I ain't talking, like I'm talking about fouls. Ain't no fouls. Like I said at my Hall of Fame speech, I wasn't joking. So when I got to the league, that's my dad all over again. You gonna hit me in my mouth like that? You gonna smile? I can't fight you, but I'm about to fight you with this ball. Cause 1, 2, I know you can't shoot this ball many times I can either. Hey, when I get mad, I don't even look to pass.
Oh no,
I just see red.
Yeah, we got
and that red is that bucket.
Listen, we got a couple of clips where people were clearly open. We gonna show them later.
We'll show them later.
We gonna show them later. We got a couple of clips where people were clearly open.
Clearly,
you know what I mean.
Clearly.
But you had your mind made up. The dunk on Verajal.
Oh yeah,
Mike was clearly open.
Mike was open.
Mike was open.
Where you was at?
No,
You
not
saw
him.
me?
No, Mike Beasley.
That was a different year.
Yeah, Mike Beasley.
Brown was on
No,
Cleveland.
Mike Beasley, not him. Not him.
Beasley wasn't gonna do nothing but hold it, grab it, swing it through, take a pull up.
Get in the
I
triple
ain't gonna
threat
get no
wide-
assists out
Get
of
in the
that.
triple threat wide open.
Yeah, you gonna get in the triple threat wide open, get it low. Nah, I'm taking this.
why we wasting time? No, we don't gotta pull that yet. I ain't there yet. Well, let's talk about this though for a second. Now we know how that happened. For the people at home, they have no idea. That was a madhouse when that got put together.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm coming from
crazy.
a team where you lace your shoes up in October and you don't think you have a chance of winning. To
don't
go
think-
into playing our first preseason game and there's 3,000 people outside our hotel room.
I don't think we understood. I don't think we understood what we were signing up for. I don't think we
And
understood.
then y'all had that parade party. Won
Yeah, I don't
7,
think we
9,
understood.
13 championships.
First of all, can we
That was y'all with that. We gonna win 9, 10.
19,
We gonna win 9,
27.
10, 12,
I'll be
39
54 winning
championships. We gonna
All
win
right.
them all. We gonna win everything.
all right,
39,
let's break
49,
that
50,
down. It was-
49, 55.
let's run that tape.
Yeah,
who was it again?
No, we'll pull that tape
I
up.
don't
Pull
remember
that tape up. It's
who
one
was.
voice.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Who was
And
it?
look at the one in the middle laughing like, ooh.
Oh. But
The one who
anyway,
already had knee surgeries. I was like, ooh.
Do.
7.
not one.
The
not
young boy
13.
over here was talking. I was like, ooh, yeah, okay.
I was like,
Hey. And again, and we're gonna pull that video up.
Pull that video up and
We
see
are-
what it said. But
when they said
I mean, we
got
believe it
9
too.
championships
We
in a
gonna-
row,
I mean,
not one,
yeah,
not
we
two,
did believe it. We
not
didn't know what that
3,
was coming
he
with.
said
not
not
8.
4, not 5. We stopped at 5.
He just stopped at 5.
He stopped at 5.
Yeah.
Did he go 6, 7, 8?
Man, he might have, coach. We're gonna pull it up, but I'm telling you, I was watching at home. I was
Oh
like,
yeah, see, he was feeling the moment.
yeah. What is this? Pull us up. Get that volume on there.
Look, they geeking us. Look, oh, he talking.
Oh, he got. Here it is. Here it is. Can you get volume or no?
Look, I look, put my head down. Look, I put my head down. I'm like, ooh.
Hey, man.
Look, now I'm gonna support a teammate.
I'm a support.
Look at my rubbing my knee. I'm like, ooh. I don't know if we got that low.
Hey, got some ice over here.
Hey, listen.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you though. No one knew what we were walking into though. Personally, I had no idea. You guys already won a championship, been on that level.
Well,
I
we was
didn't
with Shaq,
Oh,
so
here it
we.
is. Here it is.
Not one championships.
Not 2.
LeBron, tell us about that.
Not 2, not 3, not 4,
Oh.
not 5, not 6,
Oh,
not 7.
He tripping.
oh.
Tripping. Look, I ain't said a word.
You might as well put us on America's Most Wanted after that.
worse. Look at Kyle. Look at Ryan.
Pat.
Coach.
Pat too. We all was like,
Look at Coach.
listen, that's what have been a moment that was just for our fans, and it should not have been. The world should not have seen that. That's something that you say internal.
Man.
You know what I mean? We gonna win every year, but really, you know how hard it is
Oh
to win one year.
man.
God.
I don't care what kind of talent you have. So that's why I was sitting there like, oh, my man don't know yet,
No.
but.
No.
He did go to the final 10 years in a row,
He
though.
did. It's unbelievable.
sure
He
did.
damn
almost-
sure
that's-
was lying
that's-
about how many
that's
opportunities.
crazy.
Y'all actually almost did it.
You almost did it.
That's crazy.
He ain't lied. He ain't lied.
Damn sure got there.
He just
He
got
almost
there
did it.
10 years in a row.
Yeah. We went 4 years straight.
Listen, we went 4 and he went 10.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he was on to something.
He was on something. He had a crystal ball.
Yeah. We just didn't know everybody was going to hate us.
Man, they
Nah,
hated
we
us
didn't know
after
it was
that.
going to turn into a hate. Bro, Cleveland.
That was the weirdest shit ever.
I know we got
Come on,
Cleveland.
man. Come on, man.
When we went back to
Come
Cleveland,
on, man.
Oh.
I have never saw hate. I didn't grow up in the times like where our parents can tell us about the hate that they experienced by being black in America. I didn't grow up in those times, but I grew up in the times where I went back to Cleveland with LeBron. And I'm gonna tell you what I experienced. I experienced hate by being black in America. That was crazy. Now, mind you, I played in Cleveland. Everything was cool when I went back there, but that moment, dog, never people who was talking about my mama.
Yeah.
In a way,
Yeah.
I ain't never seen
Yeah.
nobody talk about my
No,
mama.
them people
Hey,
was hiding.
I will say this because we're all kind of built for it anyways. That run out,
Ooh, that run out.
bro. If you weren't ready to bump after that,
Yeah. In
I mean,
the
that
locker
was more-
room.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was almost more electric than any final game I ever played in. That crowd was crazy.
Besides the finals, that's the second best performance I've ever seen LeBron
That's- oh,
James,
wow.
and personally that I've watched
At Boston,
at Boston
Yeah.
Oh,
and
that
at
was
Cleveland.
ridiculous.
Because to go back in that environment, in the atmosphere, with the faces that We got on the elevator at the hotel before when we was going to get breakfast in the morning, and there was people on the elevator with LeBron shirts on. It was LeBron and us on the elevator. And I'm looking at dude like, how are you processing all of this?
No doubt.
Yeah.
Forget the game of basketball. How are you processing strangers that don't know you?
Yes.
They're buying T-shirts and they're celebrating, saying "F you."
Yeah.
And so I'm just watching this man. I've never seen a performance like that. What this man went out there did. Didn't he have 40 in the third?
Man, something.
Didn't he go out there and hit 40 in the third and sit down in the fourth?
Yeah, it was something ridiculous.
It was crazy.
And it's great to hear your perspective on it because you touched on there's levels, right? So you've lived that close to that level, if not that level. What he went through with what you're saying, not just Cleveland, but even that first year in Miami.
Yeah.
I mean that
you remember that day we was walking? I think we was coming from lunch one day, and the fan was like, "Hey, LeBron," and then LeBron looking like, "F you."
Mm-hmm.
You know that? That's crazy. We was just walking down the street. Some fan, "Hey, Bron," and then Bron looked. He was just like, "F you."
Yeah.
And oh by the way, we go to four finals with that team. I go to 3 of them because I got kicked out. But
Killer, you got what?
I got kicked out.
Killer,
I got my
Killer
pink
was,
slip.
Killer was duct tape by then. Though. Yeah, we was holding Killer together by some duct tape by then. Thumbs and toes.
I sure was. I was like Mr. Potato Head. Fell out the
Yeah,
Killer was duct tape by then.
But y'all did go to 4 finals, but it wasn't always sweet. The beginning of that first year, that start of that season.
No, a lot of that sucked.
That's horrible.
No.
I got hurt.
We
We just was not playing good together.
No, we were playing.
Yeah, we were not playing good.
A lot of that run sucked. That second year was pretty cool.
Yeah, the second year was unbelievable.
Second year was pretty cool.
Year one was there's a lot more misery than actually joy.
Year one was no joy.
We defended like a year one. Though.
And I know people don't think you're supposed to have joy when they look at us like, y'all some kids, y'all want joy, go to the amusement park, you get joy. But more so, and that's how we all play the game. And that's our best version of ourselves when we play the game with that kind of joy. We didn't have it in year one, and we found it in year 2. And then after that, now the pressure's on in a whole different way. And so those next 2 years was even harder than those first 2 years for me. Even though the noise quieted down on the hate, but the expectations risen as you getting older and you got injuries.
Coach, listen, when we lost that game, we lost the finals to Dallas that first year.
Yeah.
That was the longest summer.
Yeah, because it was a lockout.
Yes, it was a lockout. I mean, I can't imagine. All you do is processing what's going on in Coach Riley's head too. Like, I got to make some changes around this motherfucker.
You already know.
Hey.
Put that together not to win.
Hey, and that's why I try to tell all these young kids that are in now. Like, this is a business.
They don't understand.
You better have some self-awareness.
Yep.
Y'all ain't doing what you're supposed to do. They're talking about you just like we're talking about them now.
I heard what I just said earlier. Is winning
Sorry,
in this misery.
Mike.
Winning in this misery.
I told everybody talk about, now, when you make certain decisions, certain moves for yourself, those things we talk about them with my guys, those are selfish decisions. And it's not selfish in the definition that people like to make selfish.
Yeah.
This is a selfish decision for yourself. And so I made a selfish decision for my career and my longevity by saying, all right, Brian, your show, I figured out.
That's impressive.
Because here's the thing. We lose in year 2.
Well, Coach.
You know who ain't here?
Coach.
The older superstar of the 3.
Coach.
I'm gone.
Yeah.
Wade, thank you for your services, Mr. Wade.
And there'd have been a body bag with me behind it too.
Oh, yeah. They threw the duct tape in the bag with me.
How can we attach Mike to this trade?
Bro, they'd have put me and you, we'd been in Philly. They'd have put us somewhere together.
I'd have probably been back in France taping my own ankles.
I'm telling you.
my old leg with Scotch tape.
Yeah, I would tape my ankles with Scotch tape.
No,
Listen,
I'm glad you brought that up because going into Game 6 at Boston, this is a year after we lose to Dallas.
Buddy.
Without Chris Bosh, by the way. Chris is out.
Yeah.
So we go in.
Wait, didn't Chris come back?
Chris came back
Game
after
7.
we beat Boston.
No, he came back game 7 at the crib.
He
At the
did
crib.
come back game
Yeah,
7.
I'm almost positive. We'll look at the but I'm almost
You
positive.
right.
Yeah. So we go into Game 6.
Yeah. So
And-
we
and-
finished
and-
off Indiana.
Yes. And all my sorry ass is thinking, if we don't win this thing, it's out. It's over.
Yeah, it's
this,
over.
this has been
No,
the biggest.
it is over.
And it's going to be like talked about as the biggest freaking disappointment of all time.
Yeah.
Like they're going to blow it up. So I mean, like that stuff changed my life. That was Game 6 where Bron had
45-17.
Crazy.
Talk to him.
That's when they tried to pull.
He
That's
walked
when
in
they
that
tried
locker
to put
room.
okey doke.
He walked in that locker room. He looked at me. He goes, "Killer, we're gonna be all right."
That's
I'm
when they
shooting
tried to
every
pull
bolt
the
in
banana in the
gun tonight. I
tailpipe
said,
over and get us there a little bit late.
They got us there late. The
They
bus.
did.
They got us there late.
Yeah.
The bus acted like it couldn't get up the ramp.
The goddamn
They was
gym
doing
right
everything.
around the corner.
Hey, listen. And here's the thing too. It's a part of me that really dislike, but I love the fact that I had to experience LeBron's greatness up close and personal because I can't appreciate it as much. We can appreciate Jordan's greatness because we watched it as kids, as fans, and then we get to continue to see it now, and we appreciate it and we go. But when you actually in the middle of this man's career, we can't appreciate really what his greatness truly is until we get away from it. Yeah. Now that we're away from that game, have you ever experienced something like that? That man's energy in that locker room, I knew we was fired.
That's what I said.
What?
Me too.
He ain't say a word.
He didn't say a word.
And I was like, first I was a little nervous. I'm like, well, he ain't talking. No. But he looked at me, bro. We all got our own side. I remember Brian looking at me. He was sitting there like this. I was over there killing him. He was down. He was like this. Yeah. That's what he said. I was like, it's on.
He goes, we're going to be all right, killer.
We good. Because going into Boston Game 6, more than likely it's over.
Come on, man.
You don't go in Boston and win Game 6 with that team.
The world, nobody thought, outside of us, nobody thought we was going to win.
A lot of us didn't think it. Yeah. I ain't saying I won. I'm just saying a lot of us. It was a lot of like Planet already calling their financial advisor.
Listen.
So I'm going to the Bahamas on
I gotta get out of here.
I knew it was going to take hell, but I was ready to go through it.
Man.
That's it. That's all I knew. I knew it was going to take hell, but I was ready to go through it.
Ready to go through it.
That's it. And whatever's on the other end, we're going to live with that. That's it.
Yeah. But I will say this, OD, and I want to make sure we say this too. Like, I've never seen a person, and I'm talking about you now, when playoff starts, the level, like moment, you're the biggest moment guy I've ever seen in my life, man.
Yes.
And I say, when people ask me about our big three team, I've never been more comfortable in a big moment if I looked and saw you there. I mean that sincerely. Like, I was like, we going to be all right, dog. Because it's going to be a big steal, a big block, bucket. Like, I'm telling you, dog, I've never seen anything like it, man. Like, I think it's so underappreciated because that team was so good, obviously. Yes. But every big moment, if I looked on that bench, I looked over there, I said, oh, yeah, we straight.
We straight.
You're unbelievable. That Chicago game, dog, that Chicago game at Chicago in the playoffs, in the fourth quarter when y'all put capes on, I think someone actually put a meme of y'all running around in capes. It was the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life.
That comeback
was
crazy.
And by the way, they were the number one seed in the East that year. Yeah. It wasn't like we were playing some cupcakes.
Was you and Brown would go for 16 straight, something like that? Was it something?
Yeah.
Just taking turns.
Bro, that was the most video game I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. It looked like it was over. Like we had no flow to the game.
None.
We were down like 10.
None.
Oh, them games against Chicago were nasty.
No, we muddied it up enough to stay in the contest and to let our dogs go get it.
Yeah.
Hey, we stayed in striking distance.
But
we stayed in striking distance, and it was a moment in that game where it was kind of like Spo looked at us like, hey, this is what we got y'all for.
Fuck.
Like, it was kind of a moment where he was just kind of like, y'all are the stars.
Smartest coaching job of
Go
all time.
be the stars. And it was like, let's go.
Hey, what Hubie Brown used to say, Jimmy's and Joe's, or X's give me Jimmy's and Joe's. There ain't no play I can draw up right now. Give me my Jimmy's and Joe's, go out there and work.
Killer, I appreciate you saying that because I pride myself on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I pride myself on always being there in those big moments. And it's not just one way. You know, it's not just making a shot. There's so many different ways to affect a basketball game. And I pride myself, since my father taught me how to play the game of basketball, on being a guy that can do multiple things for his team. And so if you need me to go get a rebound, coach, all right, I'm going to just go, UD going to be boxing out, but I'm going to go get this rebound. You know what I'm saying? And so I pride myself on making sure that my teammates can always count on me, even when I'm having a bad game, even when, it's not my night. I'm going to do something in this game to help us. And
I want to make sure people at home understand, like, trying to get you inside the huddles. Like, in those playoff games and finals games, it's stressful for everybody.
Man,
stressful.
Right? So when I tell people all the time, like, when you get done with a season, an NBA finals, like, you're more mentally done than physically. And you, like you said, I was already broken anyways. But literally, my mental was worse than my body at the time, which is hard to believe. Right. But just to get you inside the huddle, like, when you're in a moment, the fourth quarter, whatever, you don't know what's about to happen. You know what I mean? And I looked out there every time we walk out that thing, we break. You'd have that look, man, and it's like, it was such a comforting thing, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. It was
standing over there with his hands on his hips, with his legs crossed, chewing his gum. He's standing over there, and he locked in, and you see that, and you like. But listen, this is what, and I don't know if we ever talked about this, but just the mental part of understanding that I was or I still am, one of the best players, but passing it to LeBron,
that's wild,
and having to adjust your game somewhat. Because I don't think people understood that part of it, because we all went through an adjustment with that. And I think you probably had to go through the biggest adjustment with that.
I did.
You know what I'm saying? I remember those conversations.
Sure.
I am tired of standing in the corner. What we doing? I remember them conversations, my boy. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Just talk about that adjustment, because you still need to be your best version in order for us to get where we're trying to go.
Yeah,
but most players ain't willing to take those change. You know what I'm saying? So I never knew what that had to be like. I just knew when y'all was out, I was probably gonna get 8 to 10 shots, and I was ready.
Hey, I was
was
about to
gonna
say
get the money.
as much as I love playing with you, and I wouldn't want this to happen in the playoffs, but in the regular season, I
Oh
was
my
so
God.
happy when y'all would walk in with a
Hey, listen.
limp. Oh, the kid about to
listen.
eat tonight.
We be in the pregame doing the Cali Pats.
I took my phone out. I called up my family. Hey, make sure you tune in to Sun
Tonight.
So yeah,
What was the
Sun
Sports?
Sun Sports.
Yeah,
Turn in
what?
the Sun Sports tonight, Coach.
What? I'm
Might
doing
be
the running
ESPN.
man.
We're on every ESPN game. Might have been a TNT game.
We about to get it
hey,
tonight.
boy, the kid about to show up.
Listen, bring it in,
50
fellas.
rips up.
Guess what? The stars are away, so the role players must play. Break.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Hey, no, that was fun though.
Oh,
I
it
didn't
was
want you guys to ever
hella
do that
fun.
during the playoffs.
It was hella fun.
No.
It was
during
hella
the regular
fun.
season when y'all walk in with a little bit of a limp. I said, ooh,
Oh man, what?
uh-huh.
Listen,
Okay, yeah, look at
he
little
come in with them
Ariel.
shades on, killing with that
Hey,
migraine.
hey,
You ready?
Hey, I tell you, tossing the ball. Let me see
Killer
what they
ain't
feel
hurt.
like. I
Back
got
ain't hurt no more. You ready?
Hey, I come in, Coach. I got migraine. My shades on. It's over. I'm in the
I said,
back.
hey,
with
I
the
went
lights
back,
out.
I went back to the training room and said, don't give him no Tylenol.
Yeah, don't even help him
But
out.
not till tomorrow.
Turn the lights out. Let them rest in the back. Bryce, tell Matt. All right, we go. Anyway, to your question.
Your question, your adjustment,
to your
and how,
question.
and how did you deal with that? Not just physically on the court, mentally.
Yeah, I mean,
That's the biggest part. How did that mentally?
you know what? You really gotta. To me personally, you gotta kind of be a visionary, and I'm just being honest. You have to look past where you are, and so I looked here as much as I could, and I knew what was going to be said possibly because I know with me making this decision, I'm giving up certain things. And what I'm giving up is I'm giving up arguments right now where a player will say, well, he's not better than this guy because he only got 22,000. He ain't got 27,000 points. Well, I gave up statistical things.
Yes.
For sure.
And I
Yes.
I gave up statistical
point.
things.
Great point.
And even
Right
if you go back and look at all these highlights with LeBron, I'm throwing them lobs
Yeah.
on the fast break. I gave up statistical things for the larger picture and the bigger picture. Because ultimately, man, it's not really about that. Like you think it is at some point and the media will cover it like it is, you're scoring, you're this. Man, you're judged on winning.
Yes.
You're judged on what you win. Ultimately, when you want to be mentioned with, when you want to be sitting here celebrating statues and going to the Hall of Fame and all these things, that don't come because you just score. Some people will experience that because of it was so great at what they did at that level that they still will. But most of you won't. So for me, I play a team sport. I had to understand that, you know what? We talk about roles all the time. I've been a star player before. I need you to play your role for me to be my best. So here we go. You got to play a role now. What you willing to do, sir? So it's really looking in the mirror. And it's like a lot of people talk, and it's easy to be a conductor and tell people what to do until you got to actually be a soldier and go do it yourself. And so when it was time for me to be a soldier and do what I had to do to let the best player that we in our game play and rock out and we figured out so we can all win, I got out the way to be the best teammate I can be. And I still figured it out in the midst of it.
Killer,
I
preach,
think-
because I'm telling you, though, that's our biggest word when we were coming there was sacrifice.
Yes.
That's the Miami Heat
Yes.
thing, right?
Yes.
And I always tell people, man, it's an easy word to say. It's a hard thing to do,
Yes.
right? Like for example, what you're talking about, you did that. What if it does? What if we lose Game 6 in Boston?
I'm out.
right? Like so, like you know what I'm saying. But what I tell people all the time, oh man, you can sacrifice. If you knew what the outcome was going to be, I'd sacrifice all day
It'd be
long.
quick.
Hey
It'd be
man,
easy.
you know, 4
It'd be
finals
easy.
win. Throw, I mean, like,
Easy. It sounds like an
throwing
easy
lobs
sacrifice
like this
now.
and dunking on cat. Like, yeah, okay, that's easy to sacrifice. But
Yeah.
that's why I think, to me, I don't let that overlook. And I know people don't, but that was a massive sacrifice by you.
And everybody
'Cause
watching.
you're probably a top 5 player in the top 3 player in the league at the time too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's not like
Ain't no problem. You take that probably out.
Hey, talk to him, dog.
you take
I was
that
just making sure.
problem for
I was just making sure. I was just making sure you're gonna flex. a
That's
little
why
bit.
I asked the question the way I asked it, because it was me now.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
so I believe I'm the same way. I mean, we might have both been 5th picks. We got a little different tattoos.
go
We
with
got a
that
Hall of Fame one.
Again, with
but-
the 5th pick.
Well, you
just said
celebrated
that
with
three
us.
times.
He'd have got 2 jokes off on you.
You
I only
just
got
said 3
Hold
times.
on, I get one more. No, I get
That's
one more.
it.
Everybody
Yeah,
on
one
here
more.
know that UD got a 3-joke minimum.
Yeah.
3-joke minimum,
Yeah,
right?
people at
No.
home.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got 3
Max.
jokes.
Is it a
3 joke
minimum or max?
maximum.
It's max.
3 joke
Max.
maximum.
It's a 3-joke
You got
max.
3 jokes, and after that, it's personal. I'm on your ass.
This has been his whole life.
Yeah.
We all know this.
Yeah, I'm not. I
So it
refuse
had
to
to
be the
change.
butt of your jokes all goddamn day. I watched D-Wade, the big 3, the ones we talk about I watched them joke the out of people all day, and I just refuse to be that guy. I refuse to be that guy. But this is what I will say. The locker room is watching you. So you can sit up there and we can preach sacrifice.
Yeah.
But we all know if we can see through if me and Mike watching you and you ain't sacrificing,
Yeah.
that ain't translating to nobody.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's the biggest part about it is that you are willing to do it. So if Dwyane Wade can sacrifice,
Man, you ain't
how the
lying.
fuck can't Udonis Haslem sacrifice?
Man.
How can't Mike
My
Miller
sorry ass
sacrifice?
guy sacrificed for
Joel
sure.
Anthony, Shane Battier, Rashad Lewis. You know what I mean? The names and the list go on and on. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the biggest thing about it. Like you said, we all talk about sacrifice until it's your turn. Then it's a foreign language. Like, ooh, you too. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
but we watching you.
It's like something you can't understand when it's your turn.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
real.
And you just can't be that person. And so I'm not letting y'all down, Killer. I'm not the only one who made a sacrifice to be here. Everybody got a story on their team with the sacrifice they made to be on that team, first of all. So this is my role for this team to make sure that we can all sit here, talk our as old heads, because we got them things that everybody chasing.
You ain't lying, Coach.
So, you know who the oldest one over here is today, don't you?
You know, is that dude right? Matter of, can we talk about the first time I got a chance to like talk to Killer and like be around Killer?
Please do.
You remember you took me to his house in Memphis?
Yes, please do.
My little partner.
Do you call that a house? Compound?
No, my bad. You bad. My bad. He was building. It was early. It was the early stages of him building his compound.
Yeah.
And I've never seen nothing like this before.
I ain't never seen no like
but
that
the
either.
kicker was outside of going to see the whole
Game
court
of
and the other
Thrones.
barn house, all the stuff he was building.
Yeah.
Was the fact that he told us that he ain't had to give his parents no money.
Oh, I still remember that.
I thought he was the richest dude ever. I was like, you get to keep all your bread?
No, listen, I still remember that to this day.
I will never forget that.
I had to ask Killer, I say, what you mean you ain't had to give your mom and daddy no money? I say, what?
That don't make no sense to us.
First, I ain't never, you're right. I remember that.
Bro, I'll
like
never
it was
forget
yesterday.
that. I thought, man, listen, ever since then,
I
I love Killer. I
don't-
was like, man,
listen,
this is the...
I don't remember that conversation.
No,
I
Killer,
know you don't, because it's a part of your life. It just came out.
Listen,
Me and
Killer.
UD was like...
You thought that was the norm. That's not normal
I'm
to
like,
us.
mom and dad,
What?
like sisters and cousins, and
What?
we taking care of boatloads.
What?
You sitting over there with that bag.
Soon as I hit, my daddy was like, yeah, okay, you remember all them practices, right?
Yeah, boy, I'm telling you.
You remember all the practices, right?
Yeah, but
You
I
ain't got
never
no
forget
choice.
that, Killer. I never forget that. I was like, man, he living different.
Oh, he ain't listen.
He living different than us.
Listen, you should see how he living now.
Well, I know.
He just bought another crib. We ain't gonna talk about that.
Hey, we're gonna talk about something else real quick.
Damn, that agent money.
All right, listen.
That's that agent money.
Hey, let me ask you this. Let's talk about, because obviously championships and all that stuff. LeBron leaving. How was that? Because I wasn't here when that happened. I wasn't part of that. What happened there?
Go ahead, you go first.
Yeah.
Can I get some
No,
water?
go ahead.
Yeah, of course you can.
I get
We
some-
gonna talk about that.
Anything.
Anything.
Yeah. Yeah, let's talk about that. 'Cause I got
But
something to
after
say
we talk about that, we ain't talking about Bron no more. We love Bron.
I agree.
I love you. But that's it.
Yep.
Talk
But I'm
his
saying though,
ass.
it's a big part of the
Yeah, it is a big part of the show. But I got a lot of questions I want to ask.
So do I.
That I ain't had a chance to ask.
Oh,
Questions I wanna
hey,
ask.
tune in.
So, hey, listen, baby, we're on OG podcast.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I got a lot of questions
It's
I
OG
want to
Show,
ask.
everybody. Tune in to the show.
That's right. Tuesdays.
So go ahead and get this last one out about Bron.
Yeah.
Because I already seen the writing on the wall. I wasn't surprised.
Really?
Hell no.
We can call. You can talk. We can talk and listen.
Listen, man, that 4 years, though very, very successful, was very, very stressful. And I don't think overall, as a unit, we were prepared mentally to handle it. First 2 years, yeah, maybe the third year, but the fourth year, the goddamn wheels was falling off.
Yeah, it was a lot.
It was just hard to keep
Was
it
it?
together.
Yeah,
I wasn't there on that.
Yeah,
It was a lot, bro.
it was a lot.
The jokes weren't funny no more.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. I do.
The-
And the
you
mental
know,
part takes up.
The
That's-
mental was,
Yeah.
and Miami don't help. The Miami Heat organization do not help
Because
because they gonna really challenge your mental.
Yeah.
iron
they
sharpening
They gonna
iron
take
every
cookies off the plane and fuck up your mental.
Yeah,
Don't take the cookies off.
They
They
took the
took
cookies.
the cookies off the plane.
they took the cookies.
You know that's all we got when we come off a
Oh,
road
man.
trip in Washington.
milk and cookies.
Listen,
Yeah,
that's when
take the
Bron was
cookies off
checked
the
out.
plane, man. I saw him when Rouse took the cookies off the plane. I was like, well,
There goes it. There
There you
goes
go.
Bron.
But to UD's point, one thing I didn't like about it when Brown left, I don't. First of all, I don't think it was handled well, and I was surprised about that because, this is a gift that we all got to play together for these 4 years, man. If that man want to leave now, it's some things that got messed up in the process because it wasn't enough communication, and I think that's the hard part. If we would all just been able to communicate and sit down and say, hey man, it's been a great 4 years. But do what's best for you. Do what's best for you. So I'm
Yes.
gonna do what's best for me.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, ready, break. And so maybe I wouldn't have opted out, or maybe I would have opted out with a different conversation, or maybe this guy wouldn't have done this. That was the part that sucked. But from the standpoint of people feeling the way about him leaving, man, everybody need to go on with that. Like the man came here, he conquered, he did what
Yes.
he's supposed to do here,
Yes.
and he's continued to go off. And this is a footnote in his career.
Yeah.
This 4-year footnote in his career. So I was a little surprised that everybody. Like, Rouse was really in his feelings about it. And I was shocked because me and Rouse got into it in practice about it
yes.
one day. Like,
Really?
Yes.
man, Rouse is
happened?
mad.
Man,
Rouse
listen,
being Rouse.
It was a little dark cloud over us after a
what
while.
happened?
After
What
Brown
happened?
left for a while. It was a little dark cloud over us for a while after Brown
Yeah,
left.
because we weren't good no more. The dark cloud was, we got to go back to being not good. D-Wade, you old. You can't do
You
it.
weren't old. Stop that.
Now listen, this is real. We weren't good no more.
CB had the blood clot thing. Like
Yeah,
things
CB
just,
got
things kind of just
things went off. The wheels just fell off. So
Yeah.
it was a lot of sensitivity around here, and a lot of it was paying with him and how he left. And I think a lot of it, once again, like I said, is probably how he left, how communication. We just seen this movie in Cleveland.
No
how,
doubt.
like
Same movie.
it's
All you did was
a
rewind a
shorter
bit. You're
version, but it's
exactly
the
right.
same movie. And
Right.
so, like, man, listen, that man life, that man career. Obviously, that man's gonna do what he want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't look at it like I got out of my feelings with it, and I just looked at it like, all right, what you gonna do? Like, it wasn't about him. It was like we went to the finals 4 years in a row. All the members we
God,
have,
what a blessing.
It's forever. It's a blessing.
Gosh damn.
When we see you in Cleveland, we put you in these pick and rolls. Don't
Yeah,
you worry
yeah.
about it.
Hey, listen.
When I come to Cleveland, hey, make sure I
What?
come
I
over
met you
the
with that
crib.
right
Make
to
sure,
left. I met you with that right to left step back.
Man, listen, make sure the food at the crib.
Yeah, that's
like
right.
this is big. The one thing we always talk about is how LeBron get here. He don't get here because he just loved Miami. He got here because of relationships that was built. Those relationships don't end because you leave.
Yes.
That's what I was telling Rouse. I'm like,
Yes.
Rouse, because you and
I
your
remember
feelings-
that
you
now.
remember
I
that?
remember that.
He got us sitting on the wall,
Yeah.
so we can look up to him. And
Yeah, I remember that.
Man, don't be in your feelings now because he coming back and we buddies.
That's what.
The
yeah.
reason he here is because we buddies, bro.
And we all actually, I remember I said, because I was like, damn, you want me to hate the man? I just went to 4 straight finals with him. I said, I
Bro,
just went to 4 straight finals. You want me to hate the man?
Well, the reason I asked that question, because one that shocked me is when you left. I couldn't believe it.
That's
I
where
never,
I was gonna go.
I never in a million years, honest to God, if someone would have asked me and they said, hey, go bet on DraftKings right now, $4.7 million that D-Wade's coming back, I'd bet it. I'd lay the odds every time.
Yeah, I'd ask you to put some money on that for me
Shed a
too.
thug tear right now, man. Remember the car we had? I
man.
was in Bahamas on vacation, and we had that. And that's what I
So
wanted
you
to
talk,
go.
seriously,
what I was
that's
gonna
why I
go to,
asked that last question, because I didn't know if it stemmed from some of that. Oh, I want to hear what, because I wasn't a part of that, but I was so shocked.
That was a tough
Like
call
so
for me.
shocked. I
That was
thought
tough.
Wade County, like I mean, it's like, come on, man, like shocking. So talk to me, dog.
That was a tough call for me to take, Killer.
Was it? I
Yeah,
bet
it
it
was tough
was.
I don't know which one we say, Killer.
Tough call for me to take.
You said it all right there. That's all.
Which one we say?
Tough call for me to take, boy.
Like we still rebuilding relationships. A tough moment.
But we are rebuilding though.
Man, yeah, man, we've been through too much. We've been through too much. This is a family. Like, I got people in my family I ain't with right now,
Yeah.
but they my family. We'll get together.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So with the Heat, I ain't with them at that time. I didn't like how they handled me, and so I had to go. You know, I got kids. I have people that look up to me. I have decisions that I have to make.
Yeah.
It's certain things that I have to look at of how I'm being treated, how I'm being respected, and all these things. And I just didn't feel that was given back to me at that time in my career. I don't care. Give me the right off in the sunset contract. I deserve it, mother. That's how I was feeling. Like, I don't care. Say whatever y'all want to say about my production. I deserve it. So yes, I want it, and I didn't get it, and so I left. And do I wish that happened? I wish that didn't happen. Yeah, of course. I wish. I mean, I would love to be one team, one voice, one sound. But it was also a blessing in my life because, you know what? I got a chance to go to Chicago and not to play just with the Bulls, which was an unbelievable opportunity and a dream. I got an opportunity to go be with my agent for his last year of his life.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And I think,
Wow.
part
And
of
that was
that
a big thing.
conversation
That's
for when I did get the phone call was speaking on the side of having an opportunity to play at home. And I've had that opportunity. I've been blessed to do that. And now he's going to have that opportunity. Now he's going to have that chance. So more so than me focusing on what I'm losing, I'm focusing on what he's gaining. You know what I mean? And that was the conversation from one brother to another brother.
I needed that.
Yeah.
I needed that year. Now, the Cleveland portion of it, all right, I still was in my feelings. It took me a little while to get out. I ain't going to lie to y'all. I could have came back to Miami after Chicago, but I was like, nah, I ain't there yet. But I was hurt. You know what I mean? Like, I think the thing what people don't understand is, like, we're human, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like, I was hurt. I was heartbroken. Like, you know how you say, man, I ain't never been heartbroken. Ain't no woman ever I was heartbroken.
Yeah.
And a lot of it was because of, you know, man, I try to be as graceful, as empathetic, as all the things I can be for, you know, my family, my friends, the organization. I thought I did everything. I thought I was a pillar. And I thought that at that time, I should have got rewarded for that. Now we sit here on the urge of getting awarded a statue and you say, it's all come back, right?
Yeah.
The respect and the love is coming back in this moment. But at that time, why I ended up leaving was, I was hurt. I was hurt how they was handling me, how they treated me. But we all been in relationships before. We all married. Sometimes you don't with the motherfucker you married with. You're like, yo, that was a bad year for us, but we still rolling.
Yeah,
man. Yeah. Listen, me and my wife, we get made it to year 10. Clap. Year 9 was hard.
Yeah, no, for
so
sure.
You have those seasons. You have those seasons where it's hard. You have those seasons where you don't get together, you don't agree, you can disagree, whatever the case may be. And we had that, but we family.
That's right.
And I'm gonna talk my shit. I'm gonna let them know what I don't appreciate. Like this is just me. I'm that kid that Ud one of the kids, Zoe one of the kids, I'm one of the kids. I'm the one that they like. Don't say that. Don't say that to Dwyane because he don't know how. You know how DC on the court. Yeah. I get mad. I know how to perform. I get mad on the other side. I know how to perform. I'm gonna perform. Yeah, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all my ass.
Yeah. That's that come out on the other side. On the business side, he gonna say what he got to say, what's on his mind
for sure.
And if he feel away, gonna do what he want to do, whether you agree with it or not. This is the D-Wade that I've grown to love and know.
Yeah.
He gonna do what he want to do.
You touched on it, man. Like the statue thing. First of all, so well deserved because I don't care who's played on this team or where it's been. Like when I think of Miami Heat, I think of you. So that statue being out there is gonna be dope, bro. Obviously, well deserved. So I'm excited they're doing that.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. Now, we got past all that. I want to talk about the businessman.
Oh
the Dwyane Wade, the businessman. You know what I'm saying? Because our conversations now are so different than the conversations when we had when we were 20 years old. You know what I'm saying? The conversations we have now about family, about business, about growth, about health. You know what I'm saying? Generational wealth. You know what I'm saying? What's next? You know what I'm saying? We don't spend time talking about the past very much.
Yeah, only on podcasts. On shows.
Only on podcasts.
Shows and podcasts.
Only on podcasts. When you're now understanding, the outside, because I think one thing we did talk about is some of the stuff we learned from the Miami Heat we can apply in the business world.
I love it.
Yeah, a lot of it you learn. So when you're on the outside and you're in this business world now, you talked about, feeling like, you didn't get the respect that you wanted at a certain time. On this side, do people see you as a businessman or they still see you as an athlete? Do you get that respect when you walk in the room, Dwyane Wade, the businessman, or do they still see you as Dwyane Wade, the athlete, and you got to prove that you're a businessman?
You know what? I'm glad you asked that question. Because as athletes, once we get done playing the game, or even when we still playing the game, but we're doing business, we run away from being an athlete. We always like, don't just look at me as an athlete. I'm more than that. And you are. We all are.
Yeah.
And so I don't run away from it no more. I want you to know that I'm an athlete. I want you to know I'm a champion. I want you to know that I had surgery 3 on my knee, 1 on my shoulder. You know why? Because I want you to know that I can overcome.
Wow.
I want you to know that I can deal with adversity. I want you to know that I can lead people in situations. I can lead people to championships. I want you to know because that's what I'm bringing to this business team. Yeah. So please respect me and what I did as a basketball player and as an athlete because I'm bringing all that with me. So goddamn right they know I'm an athlete when I step into the building. Right. You know what I mean? Because I'm coming in letting them know. I got 3 of them things. And you don't get them. I ain't one of the bench getting them 3 things. No. I was a part of it. And I have orchestrated. Like I can help in a lot of capacities when it comes to business. I've always been versatile. And so that versatility comes from the game of basketball. I've learned a lot about the game of basketball, and so I've learned how to be versatile outside of the game of basketball as well. And so walk in the room, athletes, walk in every room as an athlete because what you've accomplished, everybody dreams to do. A lot of people want to be. It's only a select few of us. So walk in there with your head high and say, yes, I am an athlete, but this is also what I have. This is also what I bring. And this is what I learned by being an athlete. This is how I'm going to, this is what I'm going to provide to this, right? This is what so it's for me, once I just looked at that and I realized that I'm not running away from everything I worked my ass off for. We worked hard, all of us, to be the best athletes possible. And it's a lot of things along that way that we've learned about ourselves and we learned about life and we learned about people. Apply that to the next phase of your life. And that's what I've done.
You got to be kind of good at it though, my boy. It ain't been that easy.
No, it ain't that easy. That was a sound bite.
I don't watch because I watched
a lot of no's.
Yeah, I watched the Stan Socks, and I watched you be a part of that. And
you watched me do some. I don't know about this.
Yeah, I watched something like the motherfucker. Well, listen, when he first told me the shoe company lead, I say, Lee who? Okay, just send me a pair. I will. Now, fast forward.
Now you get your name on them.
Boy, these things hit nice, boy. I tell you, they nice, boy. But fast forward. The company grew 10 times like Mr. Lee Ning is like a billionaire from when you started.
Yeah,
just the growth of the company has been
a lot
what?
of growth. Yeah, man. So
You touch, but you touched.
first of all, you got to be to do all these things. Let me go all the way back, and it took me an hour to say this. I'm blessed by the man above.
Yes, sir.
We all are blessed by the man above, and so some things is you got to go through some things that are mistakes or that looks like a mistake on the outside or that's a failed venture or whatever. You have to go through those things, just like we got to go through losses. We got to go through these things so we can understand what winning looks like and what winning feels like by going through that. So I've definitely failed a lot in business. You in business, we would definitely fail a lot.
You learn the most through that too.
You learn the most through it.
Yes.
And you apply it. As long as you know how to apply what you learn, you can be successful. And so I've applied what I've learned through conversations, through relationships, through actual sport, through adversity, through all these things to try to help myself be successful here as a 42-year-old man. You know what I mean? But one thing, bro, and you all know this, man, when you retire, it's on you.
It's on you.
Hey, it's on you. Because them games where I ain't got it, I got, hey, killer. I need you to hit 3 of these and then I can get it going. It's on you.
Yeah, it's on you.
You got to do it. You got to do it. You got to get up every day and you got to do it. And so once I realized that nobody was setting an alarm for me, once I realized that when nobody come to set no pick and roll for me to get open, once I realized it was on me, and then I was like, oh, I've been here before. This is a familiar area for me. It was on me before the world heard about me.
Yeah.
So here we go. And I'm in that phase.
And I remember having those the conversations I was having with you as I was getting close to retirement and just thinking about, the transition and what I was going to do. And that's the first thing you told me is get your affairs in order. How you some lined up so you ain't just waking up in the morning, trying to figure out what is next. Start lining that up now. You know what I'm saying? The things that you're interested in, the things that you didn't have a chance to do when you were playing that you didn't have time for. Start lining those things up now. So once you do retire, you already got a plan in motion. You already got things set up. So I think that really helped me with the transition because we also understand there's a post-athletic syndrome that, when your ass retire, your ass go and getting depressed and you ain't doing nothing. And then all of a sudden you taking a shower in the dark because you don't want to see your body no more. You taking a shower in the dark because you don't want to see your body no more.
Not because you want to see your body no more. You took all the mirrors out your bathroom.
In the dark and because you don't want to see your body no more. We all know that side of the shit. You know what I'm saying? That is real. You know what I'm saying? So
that depression is real.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing. We think we're immune to it. Right?
Yeah.
We think we're immune to depression, but it sets in for all of us, especially when we ain't doing what we've been so great at our whole life. Like you've been great our whole lives at something, and then it's gone. It's gone. I woke up the next day after Brooklyn, after we partied. We did my last game. We did it. We did it, didn't we? Man, I was crying like a baby the next day. I was crying like a baby.
Really?
Dog. I was in the bed crying.
Oh,
dog.
I ain't know that.
Bro, because it was over. I didn't work my whole life for it, and now I am 37, and it is over. I'm talking about it was over for me. It wasn't like I was going to the gym the next week. Yeah. It was over. And I'm like, I will never play basketball again, meaningful.
Yep.
Like, this is my...
I had the same exact moment when it was over for me.
Bro, it's
tough.
the
same thing. It's like, it all hits because it's like, yo, like what you just said. I'm not gonna play. I'm not doing this anymore. And I don't care what I do in life. We're just talking about business. There's nothing in business that's ever gonna replicate walking in that locker room in a playoff game or a final. Like you're never gonna get that competition back.
Nothing.
And you're gonna do whatever you. And the more you have self-awareness of it, it helps your depression. Actually, it's like, okay, quit being pussy. Let's figure it out. But I had the same thing. I was like, okay, now what? It's an awful feeling.
I don't know that feeling. I played 20 years, so.
Well, you still retired.
I feel. Yeah, but I ain't laying the bitch. I was 20 years. I didn't want nothing. I didn't want nothing to do with it anymore. I was happy. If I could have sent up a flare and say, "Come get me," poof, I'd have sent that bitch up. Come get me now. After that last game was over, I was done. I had burnt the candle.
You're right.
I had no regrets. I had no more wants.
I had nothing left in it either. But I guess what I was saying is like knowing that you're never gonna ever replicate that competition or walk. Like people ask me all the time, "Do you miss it?" I miss when I walk into a playoff game. I don't miss the travel of it. Yes. I don't miss the training camps. I don't miss none of that.
It's a lot not to miss.
Yeah, there's a lot not to miss.
But it's a lot to miss.
I missed the 1st and 15th.
I miss. Let me see that. I miss 5, 4.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. You're never getting that back.
Bro, I ain't getting that back.
No, you ain't getting it back.
I miss being better than you. I miss telling you I'm better than you.
Yeah.
I miss getting that ball, hitting that fadeaway over you like you can't guard me. I miss that. I can't do that in business. I can't call nobody and be like, I got you. Yeah, I got 15. I got 15% of that investment. You got 10? You ain't with me.
Beat you by 5.
Yeah, like we can't. Like it's not the same. Like I don't get to talk no more.
I know, it's awful.
Like my kids, my little daughter gonna get it. I'm gonna talk so much to my little daughter when we on the court because I can't tell them like to be playing sports and to do it your whole life and to be out there in competition. And for we've been in those battles with Boston with KG and Paul Pierce and them, and it's this and that, and it's chest bumping. People think you're gonna fight. I want to fight. I want to almost fight.
At least want to almost fight.
I want to almost fight. I ain't did that in a long time.
I just want to fight for real. That's the problem. I still want to fight. That's
I want to almost fight.
I'm 100% on the almost fight guy. I'm an almost fight guy.
I'm an almost fight.
I'm gonna talk it all the way to the fight.
You probably don't want to be around if we run into any of them names he named. Then it ain't gonna almost be nothing.
I'd make sure I wanted to say this too, man. It's like we remember a lot of things about our career, and I don't know if you remember this, but we've done a lot of cool things. One of the things that sticks with me is we had a plane ride. And you know, in our plane rides, we played cards.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers in their own world, doing their own things. But it was this one plane ride where there was no cards being played. And it was just communication with us. And we were talking about finances.
Oh, yeah.
Remember? I was sitting there, I was like, Killer, I don't know, man. I was like, man, my ex-wife, my kids. He was like, what you just signed for? Like, we were talking about real.
Yeah.
That's one of my key memories when I go back and think about the Big Three era that we had. Was the fact that I was on a team with grown ass adults,
OGs,
and we could talk about things that was like not on the surface no more. It was like real things. Because I was opening up. I'm like, man, I don't know, Killer. I ain't feeling real good about where my finances at right now. He was like, what you mean, Killer? Then you just signed for 100?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, but I got, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I wanted to bring that up, man, because like that right there, man, that meant more to me than anything was to be able to go through that moment with a team of grown men, of guys that you can look at and you can learn from. You can say, all right, well, what kind of financial managers you got? What they doing?
Yeah.
What kind of investments you making?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because you don't get to do that every day.
Yes. And I think now, even now, as grown men in the situation we're in now, you know, we go into the ownership thing in the Jazz, and you know, we don't have to talk about it every day, but we still have those conversations about, you know, financial and what's next, and just continuing to grow and continuing to inspire one another. Yeah. So I remember you told me about the opportunity for the Jazz ownership before it happened. Yeah. But it was just an opportunity at that time. And then as it manifested and grew into what it is now, you know, it's inspired me, as you always do. So just talk about that a little bit, and about, you know, how you were able to get into that situation. And, you know, you talked about your kids a little bit and you touched on it, but I also want to talk about, you know, what that meant for you as a black man, and, you know, what you represent for your kids to be able to do something like that.
Yeah, man.
That's huge. That's huge.
You know, I know a lot of people are surprised in the basketball world. Probably not no more because it's been a few years, but at first they were surprised that it wasn't with the Heat. Everybody thought I was going to be, right?
I'm one of
them. Yeah, I'm one of them too.
I'm one of them.
But also too, I had to separate it. I had to separate the relationships. Mm-hmm. And once I was okay with separating relationships and not feeling like I was owed anything or looking for anything, from there, you know, I was able to continue to build other relationships. And so in the midst of building other relationships, man, you know, I ran into a man who saw value in me. Mm-hmm. Brian Smith saw value in me. And you can look at it and say, oh, it's easy. You play. It's not about basketball value. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm talking about the man. Yeah. He actually saw me, man. He took time to get to know me. He talked to me about things that he saw for me, for my future, for Utah, for their future. And to be able to be across from a guy like that is speaking so much positivity into you, that wants you to go on this journey with him, not just with the Jazz, with the hockey team, with the soccer team, all these visions that he had. He had all these visions before I became a partners with him. And now 3 years later, and we own 4 teams in Utah. Wow. And so I saw a human being a man that sat across from me that did not know me, but saw the value in what I said and what we bring and all the things that we've done as athletes and what we stand for as human beings as a man. He saw those values and he wanted me to be a part of what he was doing. And so that for me meant more than anything because of that. And, you know, and so I made that decision, which was probably shocking to everybody, but it was a decision to make sure that I continue to put myself and my family in a position to make sure that, you know, the generational wealth that we talking about, like I'm the first one. We got a long process to go down to get to generational. And so I'm just going to continue to do my part as much as I can to put us in the best situations. And this was one of those opportunities, man, to lead a game of basketball and to still feel like you could still be a part and still win in it.
That's dope.
You leave the game like you got best-selling jerseys, you selling out arenas, you doing this and that, and then it's just over. Well, I can still benefit from the TV deal.
Yes.
I can still benefit from all those things because my investment in this league.
All the stuff that you did for the league, you're going to participate in the growth of it.
Appreciate you, Ryan. Appreciate you, Jazz.
Yes.
Love you guys.
Congratulations.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen, we have to touch on some fan questions in a couple other segments of this thing real quick, if you don't mind.
Do that, please.
There's a reason we got 100,000 subscribers on here.
Don't listen. Don't be DMing us that.
So is this like when these questions came in now?
But even before that, I just want to get into another thing that you've also done, and that I admire as well. The father you are, the leader you are of your household.
Dope.
Yeah, that inspires me as well, bro. How you keep everybody together. You know what I'm saying? On holidays, you make sure that you get your village together. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if they're out of town. You'll go to them sometimes. You'll bring the family to them. Your leadership, not just in business, but your leadership over your household. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's something that you grew up in. Well, no, I knew how you grew up. No, that is not how you grew up. That is not how you grew up. I knew how you grew up. That is not how you grew up. But where because that inspires me from afar, bro. Like, you know me, I sit my ass. I don't fuck with too many. But when I see you getting your family together on the holidays and like that, it inspires me. Get your family together. Get the people together because I see you do it. But me, I sit on the couch, roll me a joint, and mind my motherfucking business.
Man, you ain't rolling, first of all.
Yeah, you're right. I ain't rolling.
Bro. You ain't rolling.
You're right. I ain't rolling. But I will, bro. But I see you. With all the shit you do, traveling here, owning this, doing that, going back here, you make sure that you put that time away for the people that matter. How can you be everywhere and do everything? How?
Well, first of all, I appreciate you saying that, bro. I got a lot of great people around me.
Shout out my goddaughter, Cobb. Love you, girl.
Baby. And I start off and I say that because I'm so blessed, man. I know people, we know people who don't have not many good people around them at all. And we've seen it throughout the league and how that talent of that person couldn't go to that level because of the people around them was not good and was not there for them. I'm blessed to have so many people in my life that's here for me and with me. And so I do all the things because I got so many people that help me in all these areas, and they are me in their spaces. That's how I look at them. They're Hall of Famers in their areas of expertise to help me be able to do all these things. So first, foremost, I'm gonna give credit to my village and our village because none of this can be done without your village, bro. Especially my wife is doing the things she's doing, the things I'm doing. Our village is incredible. Outside of that, man, just understanding that I'm so lucky, bro. I know the history of my family, and I know that my dad would tell you all the time, before you, we was just poor. No, like our family, the lineage, we was just poor, and no one cared about us. No one was checking for the Wades. No, we ain't had nothing. We was nothing in the eyes of society. When you have nothing, when you ain't got, your name don't mean nothing. We grow up, we get the chance to now look back and see back in the day, that name mean everything. Yeah. And so if your name ain't standing on nothing, then you ain't standing on nothing.
Oh, yeah.
And so to be able to work and to understand the position that my man, the big guy above, gave me to put me in these situations, I don't take it lightly at all. And so I understand the power in making sure that when I do leave this earth, whenever he called for me to come home, that name means something, because that's how you build generational wealth, is that bloodline. Yes. And so I want to make sure that my bloodline is so tough that, that is undeniable. And so I'm going to do all the things. Keep looking. I got a lot more things coming.
Oh, for sure.
I got a lot of things coming.
For sure.
We working. But we working, though. We working.
Sure.
We work around here every day. It's, you know what I mean? Like, people see me on a golf course, I'm working.
Yeah.
I'm not just out there.
By the way, that's a great place to get work done at.
I'm working. No, I'm working on my game. You know why? Because my game of golf continues to put me in the spaces and I've been on planes with people. I'm like,
no doubt.
Are we going to golf?
Yeah.
All y'all billionaires, huh? So let me get some game right now. Let me listen. Let me ask some questions. Golf has put me in moments and places. I was sitting there with President Obama. I was about to call him Barack and really disrespect him. I was sitting there golfing with President Obama in Hawaii from the game of golf. So you know what that means? He was talking about my game. I sucked at the time. I need to get better. This is for my business. This is for people to call me and say, hey, D-Wade, let's go.
Yeah.
So when y'all see me golfing, I'm working on my business. Yeah, I'm working on myself.
Best place to get work done, too, by the way.
Man.
Talk about it.
Rich people golf.
Rich people golf. Wealthy people golf.
Wealthy people golf.
You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying.
No, it ain't the only thing.
Yeah, I'm still
But
trying to get there. You've been
I'm
out
just
there
telling
with me,
people when they
Dwyane.
see me doing something, I'm working. Like I don't just do stuff like the yachts when we go on vacation. No, we chilling. We chilling.
Yeah,
we ain't working nothing. My brain cells ain't working at that time.
Yeah, I gotta balance that out because my brain cells don't be working when we be out there.
No,
Too much liquor and weed on the golf
Yeah,
course.
nah. Yeah.
Never,
Shout out to Jeter.
That shit. They get me out there
Shout
on
out
the
to
golf
Flower.
course.
Shout out to Jeter. Too much of that.
I be wrong as hell with my speaker and all out there, booming.
But it inspires me to continue to keep doing and keep uplifting. Like even us, like where we come from, our relationship. Now look at us. Yes. Now look what we could talk about. Look what our families can do together. Look what we can do together. We travel the world together.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We be in Italy. We be in South Africa. We be in places like, man, come on, man. We was at, all we thought about was going down to Tootsie's and King of Diamonds. We thought that was everything, baby.
Championship corner, baby. That's our spot right back there, KOD.
Now look at us. We culture it. And a lot of that is, you know what I'm saying, it's the work. It's the work you put in, man, to be able to live this life. And so I love to see my people win. I love to see my people eat. And I always tell people, you ever call a restaurant, a fire-ass restaurant, and you ever get a table for one? That's some I don't want a table for one.
I don't want no table.
I don't want to eat at the table by myself. I love a last dinner table. I love a table full of everybody eating. And so I'm going to continue to make sure that I build that table full of everybody eating.
That's big time right
That's
there.
big time. Shout out Jeter, shout out Flowery. Y'all already know what it is.
You already know what it is.
You know how
We'll get to that
do.
later.
That's how we do.
That tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
Tonight is your night, bro.
I'm going to fire through some fan questions real quick.
Yeah,
You
we
ready
can
for
fire
it?
to the fan questions.
Favorite Olympic story? That's got to be good, actually. That team was dope, too.
This year? You talking about this year or when I played?
When you played.
Because I did the Olympics this year.
When he came out with that,
when you played.
when he came out with that peanut ass head, he cut all his hair off.
Like, I mean, I'm pretty much there.
His bald head was two tones lighter than his body. I was like, what the fuck is that? Does he put the Sammy Sosa on his head? What is he? He should have tanned his head first. My head looked white.
It was so much lighter than
It was so much lighter than his body. Like, this motherfucker wait till he get to the Olympics on prime time to try this.
He like to jump on everybody else.
He get to the Olympics on prime time to try this.
He don't stick to the three-joke maximum when he started talking about you, though. You see
I didn't know he had that rule. I respect it. It's starting now.
I don't have that rule. People, hey, listen. One thing I live in a space where people just they take shots at me all the day. They be just they be in the gym with
all decide though, my boy. Listen, all decide I be sitting at home about to fire shots, but you don't care. You just be. And I said this before on one of our shows with Max Crosby or whoever it was. We was in Vegas shooting. Oh, it was Pat Bell.
Yeah.
This man don't give a.
No.
He whatever he's gonna do what makes him happy.
Yeah.
He's gonna make sure he take care of his people. He's gonna make sure the people around him are happy.
That's an unbelievable
and
talent,
he don't
by the
focus.
Yeah, I know.
How you do that?
I tell my people.
Cause I be ready to. I be.
We had this last night at dinner.
Let me off the leash, D. I'll be ready. Let me off the leash, dog.
I care.
Yeah.
But I don't give a.
Yeah.
That's a difference.
So big difference.
Great point.
I care.
Yeah.
I don't give a.
And you keep notes.
Well, yeah, I keep notes. I hear it. We all hear everything. Listen, I love to laugh. Yeah. Please give me something to laugh about. And I'm my favorite person. Give me something to laugh about myself. And also, too, I be finding out things about myself. I be like, damn, I didn't know I was. So I love it. Keep it going. Keep the mystique going. Damn, people don't know what's going on because y'all just keep coming up with all kind of things. And also, too, I play the game, man. I know how to play the game. I'm going to give y'all something,
there's
too.
There's a game within the game.
I'm going to play the game within the game. I also know how to play the game. So, no, man, I got so many things going on in my life, dog. Like my from one moment to the next, it's not the same thing. I don't deal with the same thing from one conversation to the next conversation. So I don't have time to stay here. I'm still going. And so when someone say something about me, dog, I look at it, I say, okay, that's cool. I mean, that's great. If they right, I'll be like, it's a little truth in that. If they wrong, I'll be like, nah.
Was he right about the Sammy Sosa head?
Man, my so light.
That was pale as
it was light. It was light. But, man, you know me, UD. I've always been that way, man. And I laugh with it. Like, even when on my team, they used to talk, y'all used to talk so much stuff about me, about the clothes I used to wear. Forget social. What y'all talking about ain't nothing like a locker room. You ain't never been in the locker room. Man, these little comments that y'all say on these podcasts and these comments means nothing to me.
Nothing.
My teammates have lit me up over the years worse than anybody could.
We
are brutal.
Guilty as charged.
The locker room will armor you up for anything in life.
Because I done told some people up in the locker room. So I can't.
Say it again. Say it again.
I done told some people up in the locker room, so you cannot throw the rocks and hide your hands. So
exactly right.
Hey,
Come on,
man,
welcome it back.
It's all good, baby. But when I do say stuff back, please don't get sensitive. Like my thing is this: I don't get sensitive when people say stuff about me. Like I did at one point, like when I was playing and Charles Barkley and them would say something about me on TNT. I took that a little personal at times. No need to do that. But now in my life, I'm a grown ass, confident adult. Just when I say something back to respond back, I just don't want people to get sensitive. If I see you, show love. It's all good. If I say hi, say hi.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, call me on y'all shows too if y'all gonna talk about me. Don't be getting ratings off me and y'all gonna bring me on the show. That's all I gotta say with people. Just bring me on.
Preach. Now, favorite Olympic story?
Yeah, back to that.
Favorite Olympic story. Man, I don't know. I did the Redeem Team documentary. I was a part of the production crew of that, and we got to tell a lot of stories. And the favorite will always be Kobe. Yeah. It'll always be about Kobe, bro. And it's just really you hear about someone's work. You hear about that what was, he called himself, I forget what he called himself, but you hear about that beast, right? You hear about that inner beast, that Mamba. But you don't really know because he in LA and you don't get to see it. Mm-hmm. We got to see it. Yeah. We got to see it. And I was like, oh, he different. Right? Like I saw somebody who was different. Like I saw things in him that I was like, I have those things, but I also saw a difference. Yeah. And I was like, this is why he is great as he is. And so my favorite.
This before or after you broke his nose?
This was.
I'm just asking.
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Because you broke his nose in the All-Star game, which nobody does. Nobody breaks nobody's nose in the All-Star game. I'm just saying.
I think this was before. I think we were cool. We were because me and Kobe got real cool, and it was really from that competitiveness. We got cool in the Olympics because, like I said, I would see him in the morning. We talk about on the Redeem Team, Kobe will work out and get up early and do all these things. And I was on the same regimen because I was coming back from my injury, and Tim Grover wasn't playing those games, and so I was in the gym a lot with Kobe in the mornings, and I got a chance to like experience that guy. Like I went around MJ. I've been around Brian. I've been around Kobe, and I got a chance to experience these two different beasts in a whole different way. And I appreciate it. I appreciate him so much. So he was my favorite in the Olympics, man. I was like a magnet anytime I got a chance to be around Kobe because I'm just soaking it up. And he's one of my favorite players. No doubt, man. You know what I'm saying? So my favorite Olympic story will always be anything dealing with Kobe Bryant, man.
So for the people at home, Dwyane say he might almost want to fight and he ain't really want to fight, but he will f you up.
I will. I care. I don't give a
you up now. He'll f you
man,
up.
Well, Kobe ain't here to I see how Kobe was me up in the All-Star game. People don't understand that. We don't ever talk about that side of it. Kobe was doing stuff to me, and I told him like, Kobe, bro, stop. What you doing? Now I didn't try to. Like I told him, now you don't try to break nobody's nose, but I did try to foul him. I definitely tried to foul him in the All-Star game. I was like, I let him go, and then I hit him, and he got me though. He got me back that next game.
Oh, he gonna get you.
Well, he died. When I tell
got your ass back.
Well, I knew he was gonna get me back. That's the thing. It wasn't no shock because I heard his tone when I called him. He was too calm. I was like, yeah, this ain't good. This ain't good. And we had an early game in LA. This ain't good. I can't play early games in LA. About that 12 o'clock.
What?
The 12 o'clock?
Them were brutal, wasn't they?
Oh, man, I looked down there at the other end. I'm still trying to get loose. He got that mask on, going to full sweat. I said, he about to. Shane, you ain't guarding him tonight? Matter of fact, let me tell you a quick story that what Spo did to me. So we go to play the Lakers. This is right after that. And it's an early game. We're doing a walkthrough in the ballroom. And Spo was like, Shane, I want you to start on Kobe. So I'm like, cool. I get to kind of warm up into the game, and then I get on him, but I got to get into the game. We get there late. The bus get there late because we in traffic, battling all the way from Beverly Hills. And we get out, Spo come out at 35. I ain't got a chance to go out there and do no warm-ups. Spo come in and say, nah, I thought about it. No, we going right at him. D, you guard him. I say, I'm not prepared. I wasn't ready.
That's a mental thing.
Real. That's a behind-the-scenes convo. I wasn't ready. And I knew what he was coming with, but I was trying to work myself into the game. Kobe was ready. And so, yeah, I will foul you, though.
We'll foul you.
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah.
I will. I'll pick you up.
Give me this one.
Not dirty way, just.
No, not dirty way.
You hit me, I'm hit you back.
Who's your NBA Mount Rushmore from Arnold, D.C.?
My NBA Mount Rushmore. Is this just my favorite players, or
yes,
I mean, this goes.
Well, first of all, and UD will say it on here. What you say on this thing, it's what you like.
Yeah, don't be called. Don't be.
And it's not a shot at anybody else.
Why D-Wade ain't add this and that? Because it ain't your list. It's his. That's why.
Well, yeah, man. I got to pick 4 people.
Yep.
So it matters pretty easy. It's gonna be Michael Jordan. No orders because the orders can get changed. Let's lead the orders out. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Shaquille O'Neal. It's mine.
Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Shaquille O'Neal.
And Shaq keep talking to I'm gonna put Steph in there and take him out. But I won a championship with you, big fella. I'm with. Hey, G14 classification, baby. Step on your.
Yeah.
No, but
Man, Shaq still owe us Bentleys.
Yeah, but we got that chip though.
We did get that
We
chip.
got the big fella did us right.
Big fella
He
told
do
us-
owe us the Bentleys,
Big
but
fellas told us if we win a chip, he was gonna buy us Bentleys.
we bought our own.
We damn sure did.
We went and bought our
Yeah,
own.
back
So
to
we
back
appreciate you,
matching
big
Bentleys
fella, for
pulling
those
up.
off the court endorsements, so we can go get that money.
That's right. What was your locker room vibe back in 2011 when we lost the Mavs? What was everyone's head like? I'll answer that one. It was miserable.
What was the locker room vibe like in 2009? Right after we lost?
Yeah, it was miserable. That shit was awful.
I was going into surgery.
That shit was awful.
I was
went
having
and
surgery the very next day.
I had surgery the next day too.
I was heading into the hospital, patched up.
Yeah, I was sad.
Up.
Oh, it was brutal.
It was brutal. It was
banged
brutal.
up.
I mean, y'all know, man.
Yeah.
Losing,
Oh,
especially the team we were, and man, we was a show. And we didn't expect to lose. Like, no one expected us to lose. Like, we were in control of it, too.
we talk about this. Game 2.
Game
We're
2.
up 17 with like 7 to play. I ain't gonna lie to you, and I never want to be think negatively. When I got in the car with my dad on the way home, I said we just lost the finals.
Let me tell you something. We win that and change. Yeah, it's a different series.
Oh, come on, man. We go read Rum Dum Dum Game 3.
Bro, I watched that game recently. I ain't gonna even hold y'all. I don't know.
series.
I was like, how do we lose this
How
game?
did we lose that game?
Different series.
Ha.
Man. Yeah, I was just driving around. I
Tricked
remember that
it
night.
off.
I was just driving around all night with
Tricked
no
it
GPS. I had a
No
car with
doubt.
no GPS. I was in my Ferrari. It ain't got no GPS. And I ain't know how to get back home.
I was still drinking Hennessy then.
I was lost.
I was still drinking that Hennessy.
You was on the Hennessy?
Yeah, I was still on the
I was
Hennessy.
lost in my
I
Ferrari
probably had a
somewhere
black
in
and
Florida.
mild too. I don't know. Hennessy and a black.
That's how I spent losing in the finals.
Listen, I see one of the questions was one of my favorite Miami Heat stories, and I'm gonna tell you what one of my favorite stories is. That time when Rouse and Big Fella got into it, and everybody tried to break it up except for you.
Nope.
Everybody over there trying to break it up, and D-Wade on the other side shooting free throws.
I'm not getting in that.
I say, why?
They done fighting. First of all, they weren't fighting. I didn't think they was fighting. Plus, Shaq, man, did you see I saw you try to get in there. I saw Big Fella drag three people around the
He threw
gym.
me the out the way.
I was like, nah, I got a game. I got this game. I got to hit these.
Bro, everybody down there trying to break it up. He the only one down there by himself. They got going on. over
y'all
there.
had
It was mayhem going on in that gym at that moment. It was crazy.
Remember, Jay Will had just got kicked out right before.
Yeah, he just knocked over the
Jay Will
bubblicious on his way
Jay
out.
Will knocked over all the
He
bubble
kicked
gum
all
on
the
the way
bubble
out.
gum all on the floor.
Shaq, Pat, get the out. Don't ever come back.
Bro, that was crazy, dog. But I was just like, well, they don't think they're going to fight. I didn't think Shaq was going to hit Pat. So I wasn't really concerned.
But if he would have.
We always going to have to pick Pat up and get him out of there and get him to the hospital as soon as possible. He was going to kill that man.
They was this close.
I love Pat for standing up to him. But, boy,
What?
if Shaq would
Thing
have
out
lost his
my
mind
face.
for 5 seconds and swung, we would have had to rush him to the hospital.
Oh, it'd been over.
Would have been worse than
Night.
would have been worse than JJ in the locker room.
You being messy. Why you being messy?
I'm not being messy.
I saw JJ
Listen,
was on the show.
I've
Shout out to
never
JJ.
revealed.
You
I've
being
never-
messy. Why you
I
being
never
messy?
revealed young fella. Young fella texted me the other day
I
saying he
heard-
loved the pod. He been watching.
I heard he got tossed around. Though.
I
He won't
never-
tell me who it was.
Yeah, man.
Bink, bink, bink.
Bing, bing is all in.
I was like, well, this is over. Y'all good? All right, hug.
He told himself, don't call me bitch again.
Hey,
I ain't never seen it. I was like,
got-
as a
I
leader,
got-
I was like,
hey.
hug.
When I got downstairs, D-Wade say, man, all that they say about JJ, that's real.
Hey,
He said, hold on, you didn't catch that. He said, I'm a leader. So I went, huh.
No.
D-Wade say,
All right, listen.
D-Wade say, all that is real.
Listen, in the space of leadership, sometimes you gotta lead by, hey, cut that out. And sometimes you gotta lead by, hey, y'all gotta deal with this.
Yeah.
That was my moment where I had to lead by, hey, y'all gotta deal with this, because I heard some words flash that we don't like to hear.
Yeah.
And so I went downstairs to monitor it though, make sure it didn't get out of hand. UD was like, I'm on my way.
Yeah.
Before he got down there, it was over.
It was bing, bing, bing.
It was bink, bink, bink. The last one was and I saw it, and I was just like, because I kind of want to go see. I heard a lot about JJ too. I'm like, let me go see what his hand's talking about too. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
I was like, UD came, he's like, what happened? I said, well, first of all, everything they said about JJ is true. He got heads.
Hey, yo. I couldn't have been about Well, I got down to 45 seconds after y'all.
Bro, it was quick. When I tell you it was quick, he wasted no time. But I knew it was gonna happen. I didn't know it was gonna happen that quick. But as a leader, I was like, now get up and let's hug.
That's good.
Yeah, hug.
That's how it's supposed to
we
be.
cool. Like, no, we still gonna, we guys. Like, this is man that needs to be handled.
Yeah.
Y'all handle it. It's
You were
cool.
out, you were out of
Hug
pocket.
and let's move
he
on.
figured it out.
No, he was out of pocket.
Yeah, you were out of pocket. You got to figure it out. Now we got to move on.
We moved on.
Now, another question. I think one of the questions
Bing,
was
bing,
me and you. I think one of the questions was me and you arguing. Me and you getting into it, I think was one of the questions. You talk about when you got mad at me for slapping the shoe out your hand and he had broke his finger, it hurt his finger. So who was the guard? Lynn Sandy. Was it Jeremy Lin?
Was it Jeremy? No, I wasn't Jeremy Lin.
I think it was. He was in Charlotte. Dwayne had just broke his finger or something. So
Yeah,
we going through a play. I'm blitzing Jeremy Lin.
Yeah, it's right here.
I'm
broke.
blitzing. You want to bring up your finger? Who?
It's broke.
Jeremy Lin. So we blitzing Jeremy Lin, trapping him. I think he called timeout, but his shoe came off. So he walking to get his shoe, and D-Wade pick it up to give it to him. I'm in the, you know me, I'm just crazy. I just slapped D-Wade's hand and slapped the shoe out his hand. But he already, I ain't forgot he done f***ed his finger up. He was so mad at me.
I wanted to cry.
He was so mad at me.
Hey, you already sitting there like, please nobody hit my finger. Please nobody hit my finger.
And he slapped.
No, you see these
Oh
hands?
no, those are paws too.
You see
those
these
are
hands?
Paws, yeah.
Man, he slapped my hand so fast, dog. First of all, he made me feel like I was 5. The first thing.
He sunned you with it.
First he sunned me. Then after that, I was hurt at the same time.
Man,
But
once
we
again,
got-
I
we
didn't
got
know
into
how to do both.
We got, me and you did get, yeah, we got into it, man. I mean, respectfully, but we two leaders on this team. And sometimes we ain't gonna see eye to eye on something. And I'm stubborn.
Yeah, he's very angry at me about that.
Yeah, no, but outside of that, we've had moments where I'm stubborn on something and you stubborn on something. We got to come back later and be like, all right, my boy, you're right. I was a little late on that. But now it's been moments we in the heat of battle. I'm like,
Remember that time
man,
we argued? We argued the whole time out. And Spo just sat
yeah,
there with the clipboard.
we argued the whole time out.
What was just like this? Then me and this motherfucker argued
Back
the
and
whole
forth.
time out.
But once the conversation was over, we went on the court. We did what we were supposed to do. And then we go back later and be like, yeah, you're right, my boy. I was a little late. I was tripping. You know what I mean? I was late on that. My bad. I was supposed to have been there quicker.
Hey, this next segment was brought to us by our friends at Morgan & Morgan. It's a too easy segment. All right, you made it look too easy. You made it look too easy a lot. Well, I want you to react to this 55. The year you led the league in scoring, by the way.
I got hit in my mouth.
That's why you got from 55.
Is that the game where Michael do wanted them let you go get 60?
Let me try to remember. I'm getting old. Well, that's the game they took me out. I was supposed to go get 60.
Okay, so this is not this game.
They took you out.
They took me
It was
out.
a
I had
game
55.
where-
They took me out.
You had 55 in this game.
I got taken out with 55. It was more time left.
So yeah.
Damn, you got hit in the
was
There
this
was
the
a
game?
game-
Yeah, look, I may bust my lip. Al Harrington and
Once again,
Gallinari.
bust his lips. See what I'm saying? He got
No,
mad.
No, brother.
Oh, that big cat? The banana man.
Big cat.
Shotty.
Yeah, Spo took me out, man. I could have had 60.
Shout out McAdoo, man.
Shoot that.
McAdoo was like, man, let him get 60. That's a milestone for a player.
Yeah, he took me out. But yeah, they busted me in my mouth in this game, man. So I just had to. I think I had like.
That little lefty Hezo.
Oh,
If this is the game, I think I had like 20-something in the fourth, like 27 in the fourth or something like that.
Oh.
Or this could have just been a night I was just hot. I don't remember, man.
Thanks to our guys at Morgan &
but
Morgan.
this is the night that this is the night they took you out where Dude wanted you to stay in and score 60, right?
Yeah, man. Spo, look, okay. So it's 4 minutes left. No, this is in the third. Okay, let's see. I know in the fourth he took me out though, and I had scored that 55th point. So look, it's 8 minutes left.
Yeah.
This 50, I'm at about 50 close right now. Oh, this is a pull up. Oh no, okay. I thought that was a pull up. That was my pull up try.
That's your
David Lee.
I mean, I got the whole bag working.
Man, the whole bag. You had the whole bag working your whole career.
I think that the one thing, man, and you don't get the chance to.
They got that
You don't want
Euro.
to talk about yourself. You want people to talk about you.
Yeah.
And so
I don't problem
my
doing it for
favorite
you.
person who ever broke down my game, and it's hard for me to break it down, was Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah.
Carmelo on his podcast 7 p.m. he broke down how my game was. And I think a lot of people, when they compare you in one category.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is how fancy it looked what you doing it, how good it looked what you doing it, and how many points you put in, and nothing else. And Melo broke down all the things that I provided. Boom. Right there. It's 5 minutes left.
5:30 left.
I got I'm in the 50s right now.
Yeah.
You're 55. You just scored your 55.
Yeah, we up 13.
I think McAdoo was more pissed than you.
I'm like,
Dude wanted you to get that 60.
bro, I was gonna keep shooting.
Dude wanted you to get that 60
Well,
ball,
it
bro.
ain't even that. I didn't even get the
Damn, I'm
56.
sitting over there in the
Hey,
suit.
and by the way, just for the people at the crib, scoring 55 in 2009 is like scoring 75 right now.
Man,
I just want everyone to make sure. I want to make sure that's out there. To go get 55 in 2009, it's like,
Bro.
Well, you see
and nothing
that?
against it, huh?
next time when we show this highlight, don't put me on with that big ugly ass suit on back there. Man. Look like I was casket ready. That
Boy, you,
was nasty.
you look like some coffee with some creamer. That brown, them different browns you had on.
All right, here we go.
Hey, that's two.
That's two. That's two.
He still
That's
got
two.
one more.
I got one more.
Here
He got
you
one
go.
more bullet.
Go ahead. Get it out. Go ahead.
Hey, give me two more reactions, man. I want this reaction right here too.
Kendrick Perkins dunked in
Yo,
Oklahoma
sorry,
City.
Hey,
Sorry,
Perk.
Kendrick
You do a hell of a
Kendrick
job on-
Perkins.
Hey, you do a hell of a
Perk.
job on TV, Perk.
Perk, nah.
Perk
Hey.
dunked in Oklahoma City. I think we played them, let's say, within 9 days before this game.
Oh,
He
yeah.
dunked in Oklahoma City, and,
Hey, run that back.
he decided to. I was just like about a rim, and he kicked me.
I remember that.
That mother kicked me in the head.
I remember that.
So I was like, all right. So when I spit, I knew it was Kendrick Perkins, and I was like, oh, I'm going for it. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Perk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Perk.
sorry.
No,
Say some funny
no,
stuff
don't be
ESPN,
sorry,
though.
Perk. You
Yeah.
deserve that.
Yeah, he did deserve that.
Don't kick
Yeah.
a man
Yeah.
when he ain't got nothing to do with it.
Brought back the old Dwyane Howard.
Hey, you in with the cabbage patch.
Well, the
Yeah.
night before, I was watching the 30 for 30 on.
Yep. We talked about it in the locker room.
I was watching the 30.
Yeah.
We was talking about the
We
locker room. The 30
Yes.
for 30 from the 5-5 was
I remember
on.
we were talking
And
about
so
that. Yeah, we were talking
was
about
a
that.
30.
I was
30
looking for
for
my
you.
moment. Instead
Yeah.
of dunked, I'm like, here go my cabbage patch moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
30 for your
Come on,
ass.
let's see.
Hey, one more Morgan too easy right here. Let me see this one. Oh, this
Brian
is
tried to dunk
iconic.
on my big
Yeah.
man. He tried to disrespect my big man. I was like, oh, okay.
Go get it,
That's
J.O.
what you want to do? All right.
Here's your
Anything
big
you
man.
can do, I can do
Here's
better.
your big man.
And MJ was at the game, by the way.
Ah.
MJ's first game coming to see me play as a Jordan athlete.
So we're going to rewind that one more time. Run
Yeah,
it
for
back.
sure.
Okay. We're going to start from here.
See, he
That's
said
all
he sized you up. You sent him to your help.
right. That's
Sent him to
all.
the help.
That's where I'll switch. Look,
All right, your
you
big
don't
man.
see Mike wide open in that corner? That's all I'm
that's,
saying.
that's what you looking
Hey,
at.
hey,
I saw
that's
red.
what you looking at.
I saw red. All right, that's what you were looking at. I saw number, space, and
I'm just
opportunity.
talking
Look at my man in the back, though. That's my favorite person on that video is the guy in the back with the Marlins,
With the Marlins
jersey
jersey,
on.
yo.
Every time I see that clip,
Go
I
back.
love. Look at him, bro. I love dude right there.
Yeah, he on that good MIA-yo.
MJ was there.
He on
So I
that
had to
good
put on.
MIA-yo back there.
Hey, before we get out of here, man, we're gonna get some OG advice sponsored by boys at the OGs Gin. Cheers to OGs
Y'all got all
Gin.
kind of sponsors,
Man,
man. Look
we
at
got
y'all.
all kinds
Boy,
of
ooh,
them.
man.
Cheers,
Man.
dog.
Man.
UD, only fitting you give us the OG advice real quick, Cope. OG advice for the day.
OG advice for the day, man.
Damn, that's some good gin, Cope.
Keep real ones close.
Yeah, it is. He said it.
Keep real ones. When you
Keep
find
real
a
ones
real
close.
one,
Keep
keep them
real ones
close.
close. You talk about, all the things that we talked about today. I think you can always go back to the fact that, his success and the things that he's been able to do has been a part of the fact that he's had a good village around him. You know what I'm saying? He's had people that have told him when he's been wrong. And you know what I'm saying? These are people that have supported all his dreams. And he's made it clear that he can't do none of this by himself. You know what I'm saying? So keep real ones around you. Keep good people around you, man. You're only as good as the people around you. Once again, he gave praise to the man above. You know what I'm saying? Stay prayed up, man. Family first. And I think one thing that he's shown that, coming from Robbins, you know what I'm saying, in Chicago, Robbins, Illinois, is that you can do really anything you really want to do if you put your mind and your heart and your soul and your energy to it. You know what I'm saying? Talking about coming from Robbins and what he was able to do, Prop 48, going to Marquette, getting drafted number 5, being a Hall of Famer, you know what I'm saying, being a champion, being an owner. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the example that he's setting for not just his kids, but kids around the world that come from adverse circumstances. The example right here. You have no excuses. You know what I'm saying? So keep real ones around you. Keep God first, man, and do what you got to do. If you want it bad enough, you'll get it.
That's right. Oh, damn. That sounds good, don't it, Cope?
Listen, the only thing I want to know is, for my last joke, how you getting out of that jersey? That's it. That's all I got.
Here you go.
Hey,
There you go.
Hey, listen, he drew up. He got his out. He got maxed out there.
How you
kill
getting
him.
out? How you ending this
Hey,
episode and
listen,
get out of that
killer,
jersey?
you better not laugh. Snatch that earring out your ear. I'm going to snatch that earring out your ear.
Hey, for real though, D, man, appreciate you coming on here, man.
Nah, I
you're
appreciate
on my
y'all.
Mount Rushmore.
My dog. my
Man,
brother,
listen,
man.
I watch this
Appreciate you.
podcast, bro, and I appreciate the thing what makes a player feel good is what his peers say about him. and what his teammates say about him and people that's been in the heat and the battle with him. Those are the ones who really know you. Everybody on the outside write about you and they talk about you, but the ones that's been in them battles, they know who you are. They know how you respond and how you act in moments. And so the things y'all said about me on this podcast, the things that people have come on this podcast and said about me, man, I appreciate this platform. So thank y'all.
Now you know we only mess with the realest here on the OGs podcast. And when it comes to gin, the old G is no different. It's not the OG, it's the old G. It's not just smooth and bold. It's black owned and crafted with the same authenticity and excellence we celebrate on this very show. The gin goes down easy with no burn, no bite, and no bitter taste. Just real, authentic flavor. Distilled 9 times, the Old G delivers the smoothest experience, whether you're just sipping it neat, it's on the rocks, or with a simple mixer. This gin does not need anything extra. So whether you're kicking it back after a long day or celebrating those wins, the Old G is the drink that brings people together. Just like the stories we share right here on the OGs, it's more than a gin. It represents community, culture, and the OGs who've paved the way. Go grab yourself a bottle, sit back, and toast it to the OGs in your life. And as always, drink responsible. The Old G Gin. Pour one out.
I got one more thing before we go, because this generation be saying some disrespectful shit, and it pissed me off the other day. And I told Bam the other day, I say, the generation after you, I hate them. No, for real, I hate them. This generation said that Chris Bosh is closer to Nick Claxton, no disrespect Nick Claxton, than he is to Anthony Davis. Did y'all see that recently on Instagram?
No, I don't listen to foolishness.
Come on, man.
Can you just give
love the
Chris,
young fella, though.
Can you just
love the
give,
young fella
no,
Claxton,
and
so I hate when they do
listen,
that.
Claxton, this is no disrespect to you at all.
Claxton to tell you, hey, Chris Bosh.
Yeah, no doubt.
Can you
A lot of work
please
to do.
give CB his flowers? Did y'all see that? Did any of y'all see that? They said, y'all saw that, right? Bam sent me that. I told Bam, the generation after yours, I hate them. Because they say that makes no sense. Can you just give CB his flowers before we go?
Yeah, I mean.
How all that, listen, you were great. Bron was great. We had greatness all around us. Great role players, great coaching. But that made it all come together in his own way.
Man, he was special. He was special. And that's
so
the reason
good.
we wanted to play with him, because we knew how special he was. But his ability to be able to be the number 1 option, 2 or 3 option on any given night without any complaints.
None.
You don't hear him say a word. He just sit over there quiet in his locker reading a book. With his legs crossed reading a book. And you don't know what option he going to be that night. And man, bro, our team was great. And we won a series without him. But we all saw we can win a game without him, a series without him, but we were not winning the championship without Chris Bosh. His versatility, bro, the way that he will switch on pick and rolls, the way he can guard 1 through 5, the way he could play 1 through 5 on the other end. Bro, he did it all. The way we needed him to get out in transition to clear the lanes for us. Bro, whatever we needed from CB, he did. CB
adapted.
is in the top. He's either in the top 5 or right out of the top 5 in his position.
Yes.
I agree. 100%.
Yes.
And depending on who's saying it, he's either in the top 5 or right on the edge of it in his position to ever play this game. He's one of the greatest to ever do it.
And I knew I was going to let you go, but I do have to ask you about the Heat right now. Basketball season starting. Before we let you out of here, basketball legend. So what are the Heat? Talk about the Heat season. Where are they at right now? I know people want to hear. Where do you think they're going to be?
And after that, talk about your Jazz too.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, the Jazz is easy. It's rebuilding. Continue to make moves. I think what everyone's seeing. We got Danny Ainge, Ryan.
Over there
Everybody
racking
was
the
like
draft
this.
picks.
Here you go, Danny. And it's kind of what Boston did, what he did in Boston.
Yep.
You know, you take enough chances on the, you know, you clear out enough space, you take enough chances, you get enough of the young core, you maybe get a Jaylen Brown and a Jason Tatum, right? You put yourself in a position to get certain draft picks, you put yourself in a position in free agency, you keep your star player, like you do all these things. And so Utah is doing everything that Utah need to do in this repositioning and rebranding of the Utah Jazz. So everything is going good there from that standpoint. When it comes to the Heat, man, listen, we're talking about a group of guys who've had some success by going to the finals twice since they've been together. And so sometimes you gotta quiet the noise, because the noise is that they haven't done it. Jimmy hasn't done this. Bam haven't went to this. Whatever the noise is, it doesn't matter. That team got a chance versus any team, any given night, every night. So I'm proud of that. I'm proud of Pat Riley coming in and saying, quiet all the noise. We got to get to it this year. As a Miami Heat player, I'm with it. I'm tired of all the noise.
No doubt.
I'm tired of the noise. I love this generation. I love what they get to do, but we gave everything to this organization. And so I want to see this organization. I'm jealous. I just watched Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce and Ray Allen walk out there with the Boston Celtics, smiling, waving their hand. I want to do that too.
I told Bam the same. If I'm lying, I'm flying. I called Bam the same.
I'm jealous. I'm
Bam,
envy. Whatever you want to say.
To you, didn't I? I said the same to Bam. I called him. God damn it, I'm sick. I'm sick to my stomach right now watching this.
So
Damn.
Let's go.
You inherit our rivalry. You inherit this.
Let's go.
You put on that jersey.
That's
you
why I'm
inherit
mad.
this.
You give coach call me in the locker room and give a pregame speech. Let's go.
Let's go.
Like it's time. Like we've been there, we've done it, we've shown the success of this organization. All right, let's get back to it.
They got enough and they got spoke.
We got enough. You got everything you need. You can always ask for more.
That's right.
We can all ask for more.
Exactly right.
You have enough. Go get it done. So that's what I want from them.
And your Bears.
We doing all right right now.
What you said at the beginning? Didn't I tell you was going to be all right? I told you it was going to be all right.
Listen, I'm a Bears fan. I can't get excited.
My man was like, yeah, see, I ain't going to get my hopes up too high right now.
Nah. Listen, I mean, number one, we didn't had a couple number one. We didn't had top picks before. But they putting it together.
The fucking offense is crazy.
Offense is crazy. It looked like a team being built, though. Like, they out there playing for each other. And so, as a Bears fan, as all the Bears fans out there, not too early.
Long time coming.
Long time coming. We 4-2. I know it's early.
It looked good.
But the future, you can tell right now where we're at, the position we sit in, okay, we have something to build from right now to the future. And so shout out to our quarterback, Caleb Williams. He is the real deal.
Swift,
and as they
DJ
continue
Moore.
to put people around him and get him the weapons, 10, 15-year run. So
okay. So you think you're going to be getting season tickets or something, boy?
I don't know.
You got season tickets? Oh. We didn't even talk about Chicago Sky. Shout out Chicago Sky.
Shout out to the Chicago Sky.
Goddamn, boy, your list go on and on.
Yeah, shout out to Chicago Sky.
Just you made a coaching move, right? You looking for?
I ain't make nothing. I'm on the advisory board.
Not you. The organization.
Oh, okay. I just want to let
me
that
on.
be known.
I'm just
let
saying,
everybody know I'm an advisor.
Throw me in the hat, just in case.
What's up?
Throw me in the hat.
You trying to coach?
I see you got a hell of a. I see you got a hell of a rebounder. I see that. You got a dog.
What's up?
All Sunday night he's on the advisory board no more, is he?
Yeah, as soon as I said I got a coach.
I'm about to get some advice.
Hey,
hand me my phone. I'm about to get some advice. Hey,
listen.
So here go my coach.
Say, listen, I seen one interview and she said, because I'm a dog. I hit D-Wade and say, hey, listen, I like her. She's like, I'm a dog. When they was talking about them rebounds, she was like, I'm a dog.
Yeah, shout out to the Chicago Sky to that. It's been a lot of conversation around the coaching change that was made. Shout out to Spoon, one of the greatest to ever play the game of basketball. Obviously I have a personal relationship with her that I was able to build through phone and through text message and through support. So nothing but great things for her. I thought she was a perfect coach for this team this year. I don't know. Obviously, I know, but I wasn't there to know the final reason. But when you talk about Angel Reese and what she needed in her rookie year, she needed coach like Spoon to help her get to this place that she's now at. And whoever the next coach will come in, they're going to need now to take everything up. And so Angel Reese needed this. Chicago needed this. The league needed this.
Yes.
You needed this young lady to come in and be that star that she is. Now, whoever comes in, hopefully they can build, find something. And I told them during the process, the hardest thing you're going to go out and find in an organization will be a coach. It won't be a star player. It won't be a player that can shoot. It's going to be a coach. Wow. It's hard to find great coaches, especially that could be there for a long time, right? And it's not about the ability to coach. It's their ability to fit into your organization, your style, your way, your thought. And so it's so many ways to look. So hopefully for Chicago Sky, man, they keep taking steps up. But the WNBA is up, and I'm just, I'm thankful to be a fan and be a part of it.
Well, man, we appreciate you coming in here, man. Long time coming. I miss this right here.
I know, bro.
Love you, my brother.
Yes, sir. Love, my brother. Love.
Hey, y'all like and subscribe, man. We're trying to get more plaques out there, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
OGs, we out.
Go look at the Wide Network, too.
Hey, that's right. We're at.
Let's talk to
him.
This is my podcast. It's the Wide Network.
I want to come sip some wine on the Wide Network.
Yeah, y'all go.
I don't get no wine.
I'm going to come sip some wine on the Wide Network.
I'm going to get my office straight, man. I'm going to get all my stuff fixed. And
in the building.
Yeah, I'm thirsty. Let y'all come and sit down.
I'm thirsty, too, man. A little wine?
Oh, you're a wine drinker?
Too much.
Yeah, I'll go ahead.
Hey, man, OG's out, man. Appreciate y'all.